Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Airstreamers, where you never know what stream will ride. We are here at episode 599.4. We missed Tuesday's stream. If you were unaware of what happened on Tuesday, we had quite the day, and we'll get into it for the significant amount of tonight, but I feel like we're gonna stream.
Yeah, we're gonna tell the story. One, because it's a ridiculous story, and two, because maybe it'll help somebody. I don't know if you guys know what these people do. Maybe it will help you try to avoid it. Can I thank some folks? Particularly Patsy.
Yes, we are on a potential hype train, folks. So 1 hour and 30 minutes left towards an incoming hype train. One sub or gifted sub or 100 bits or more will get us to
Don't show your
there.
butthole on stream, Cheddar. First, I want to start with Heidi. Oh my God. I think it happened. Cheddar.
What is he up to today?
He's so crazy today. Folks, thank you for all the support. Heidi, thank you for 53 McMonths.
Holy McMoly.
Patsy, a royal flush. Patsy, thank you so much for 5 community subs. You know what that is?
I do. Starting off strong.
Cheddar, what are you doing? Cheddar, just leave my print alone. Cheddar. Shelly, thank you for the 21 legendary legend bits. And I saw a House of Doctor.
Yeah.
Dr. House, thank you for 5 community subs. That's super sweet. And also Dr. House sent us 2 magical boxes that we got from the post office that we haven't opened yet.
I'm so excited.
But we'll find out live on stream when we do our episode 600.
Which is next week.
Yeah. Tammy has been with us for 36 months. Happy anniversary to the best friends I've never met in person.
Oh, thank you, Tammy.
Thanks, Tammy. So I'm going to call it. I'm going to say that we did the thing.
Yes. Cheddar is losing his mind.
So
Karen Regis said I was promised Cheddar Butthole as a feature of the stream. Also, you know what I realized? In the midst of all of the chaos that has happened this week, we only have wine left from Tuesday. Like we never went to the liquor store to get more wine, which means that we didn't go to get new shot stuff.
No, so it's going to be gasolina.
Yeah, gasolina. Give me that gasolina. Is that what it is?
Dr. House, I have not printed it. I told Elias about it, but I am going to print it. What?
What is that?
I needed a container for all my tools, so I'm printing a container.
What the hell is that?
Oh, that's a fraudulent purchase.
What? Katie Dim, thank you for being here for 52 months.
Oh my God, thank you, Katie.
Katie, I don't know if you heard.
Can you turn your? Because I look at that sometimes, so it's like.
Sorry, I was recording like Clarino. I had this over there. Katie, we had a fraud situation on Tuesday. I'm barely caught up with even what's going on in Discord at the moment. I don't even know what's what. Today felt like the first real normal-ish day. Except, you know what? I had a flat tire this morning.
Again.
My fourth nail.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Hell?
I don't understand
He's like, where are you driving? I'm like, from home to school, to work. Know. He's like, where do you work? I'm like, Secaucus. He's like, well, I don't know. Maybe there's something going on in there. I'm like, I don't know. A goddamn nail.
Crazy.
Sorry, everyone.
See, Dr. House had a $400 box of filaments and plates show up. Probably fraud.
Yeah, Jen, I don't know why I'm driving in construction zones. Everywhere you go, there's just Now we're back to men working signs, by the way. It's just back to back to business.
Nothing matters anymore.
Nothing matters. Eat the goddamn donut.
Wendy, thank you for 52 months, and Wendy loves it here. The whole Waz family. I'm just so happy that
Thank
they're
you.
happy.
Me
You know,
too.
That's what
It
I
always
always
makes me
say.
happy.
Yeah, it makes me happy. Beach 50. Oh my God, this is a real big night tonight.
It is.
Beach,
I feel like I
thank
haven't
you
streamed
for
in a million years.
51 McMonths. Holy McMolin Beach. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Jen goes, fucking men can't pick up their nails.
Okay, can
Wait,
we...
there was another flush for Dr. House. Did you do it?
Oh my God, I thanked him for 5 community subs and I didn't flush
I mean, come on.
Thank you for keeping me honest.
Of course.
Here you go, Dr. House. And Dr. House is feeling better. So you know what? And I'm feeling
90%.
better. Yeah.
90%. Whatever that means.
But I feel like we know exactly what that
I
means.
know.
Like
Totally.
these percentages, the progress bar of feeling better after a cold or sickness is a real thing.
Completely. I know. You missed one stream and dumpster fire. Also, Patsy said, I think I need that on a t-shirt. Nothing matters. Eat the goddamn donut. I'm telling you, I love it. I don't love it. I hate that we're in this position that we're in. Nothing matters. But
I'm going to get the shot.
the
Why don't you
donut.
tell some of the good things that like happened? Because I was, in fact, off last week. I went back to work today, and we'll get to that in a bit.
we got to see Ellie
But
this weekend.
we got to see Ellie. Yeah,
This
tell
past
about
weekend.
all of these fantastic
Oh,
things that
speaking of,
happened just
that's
ahead
what I
of
was-
the crazy identity theft.
What we need to
situation.
do before anything that we show, the video's on here. We just need to do a little studio mode to get it of the kayaking or whatever, the paddleboarding.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that was all
No, that feels like 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
All right, I'm going to go make some gasolina to celebrate with our friends.
last weekend.
Are you okay to carry the shirt?
Yes, we
And
paddled-
also, sorry, one more thing. There is a new magnet tonight in the series.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, nobody else knows it. Just,
Chris, you're showing it.
no, I'm not.
Is this not it?
No.
Which
That's
is a new
Bentley.
magnet?
You don't
I didn't
even know-
see it.
You don't even know what my magnets are?
I literally didn't even see it.
You did. It's this one, but don't
Oh,
look
I didn't
at
show it in. You didn't show it in person, Chris. You expect me to remember all that from this week? It's been nuts. Okay, listen.
Is there a muskrat love? Because I'm giving burn.
Look. He's licking himself. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Go crazy. Go crazy.
Oh my god. Oh, hey Leah. Okay, so on Saturday, this past week, Chris was off for most of the week, and then on Sunday, we streamed on Saturday, right? Yeah, and remember, I don't even remember. I think I had mentioned to you that we were trying to go paddleboarding, but then there was a sinkhole, and if I didn't mention this, I'm mentioning it now, but nearby there is a lake, and there was a sinkhole on the bridge connecting us to the lake. So we had everything prepped last Saturday to go paddleboarding. Didn't work out. So then the next day we woke up and we're like, let's go paddleboarding. Great, that sounds like a ton of fun. I want to play. And so we went to the place that we were going to go paddleboard, and it was a lovely experience. It was very busy. I mean, it was like a nice day, so everyone was suddenly like going out. So three of the 4 lots, I think, were full of people. Like you couldn't go in. So we had to go like one of the back lots, but it was a very nice experience. We haven't done it in a million years, and it was very nice to be out on the water, paddleboarding, all sorts of stuff. I have a short video that I'll show in a little bit once Chris comes back down about that, and that was on Sunday. Then on Monday we went to go up to my parents to see Ellie, and that was a lovely experience as well. We got to see my mom, my dad. My dad is actually working on a house that is about 3 minutes away from where he lives and like currently lives, and the plan is that he's gonna finish building the house, and then they're gonna sell their old place and essentially downsize. It's like a little bit smaller, but it's very nice. Like he did a really great job with situating the whole thing, and it's like up on a hill. It's beautiful. It's got this cool little alcove in the front that I've never seen before, where it kind of is like U-shaped, and the front has this area where you can sit and chill, so you could see this like beautiful view. He's doing a really great job on it, and me and Chris and Ellie were hanging out, and one of the things that my dad was telling us was about the exit for where the septic will be. And we went to go look at it, and Ellie's with us, and she's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Well, that's like where all the." What did he just do?
He's crazy.
She goes, and Ellie's like, "What does it do?" I'm like, "Oh, that's where all the poop will come out of and go into the other thing." They know them as Turkey Hills. Like she even knows the word Turkey Hill. It's like a mound where the septic will be. And I said, this will connect to the Turkey Hill. And she's like, imagine like right now, if we did it, that there would just be one big pile of poop right out there. And for the rest of the whole hours that we were there, it was poop nugget.
Oh my God. Yeah. Papu poop nugget.
Yeah. Papu, you're a poop nugget. Poo poo. What if people went and ate the poop that this created? She went full, like we did a bad job of teaching her.
Yeah. But we'll make up for it because we're going to take her to the...
oh, yeah, we're taking her
to like Discovery Zone.
Like a variation of Discovery Zone, yeah. So that made me laugh. That was a lot of fun.
It was so fun to just spend some time with her. Honestly, she's getting really big, and she's like an adult. Well, no, like...
You know what I don't understand? Like, why can't she just sit in a regular car seat? Not like a car seat, but like the seat in my car, like...
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I feel like those things are outside of her control. Like, can she order a cheeseburger? Can she get a drink at a bar? Like, those things are all fine. But the seat needs to be proper care. You know?
Yeah. Look at this baby.
Okay, let's celebrate.
I love nieces. I was listening to a
depends
podcast.
on how much she weighs.
She's pretty small.
Okay, this is like big time gasolina. Here we go, folks.
Look at this.
We're doing it. Leah, you would not be friends with me if you had this shot. Because it's real bad.
Looks curdled.
It's real bad, Leah. And I feel disappointed in myself that you're here and that I'm celebrating with this, but it's all we have, and it's just a bunch of shit. Don't spill it.
All right, are we drinking?
Yes.
And then we'll dance?
Yes. Thank you, folks, for all the support. We love you guys. We are... It's really bad. I don't even want to describe it. Cheers, everyone.
5, 6...
Oh,
5,
no,
6,
wait.
7,
oh,
8.
no. Oh, wait. No, I need to finish it.
Snap. 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 Shake your titties. Shake your titties. Shake your titties.
Oh,
Shake
God.
your titties. Slap, slap. Slap, slap. Oh, you did okay. Voguing, 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 voguing. Actual voguing. Actual voguing. But you did well.
All right. Good job.
Yeah, that was gross, Chris.
So, folks, thank you for all the support. We love you guys.
Actually, the shot wasn't that gross, as bad as whatever. The fact that you had to like double do it and chew on it or whatever, that's disgusting.
Okay, it was like Frangelico vodka Cool Whip or something.
Yeah, Basta, we need to.
And I know, Basta.
No, yeah, legit.
It's bad.
And we have to go tomorrow.
And Bailey's, but the Bailey's just curdles in it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Leah, when you sleep over in a couple weeks, I need lessons.
Okay, now that brings us to tomorrow. What? Are you feeling okay?
100%, Leah.
What was that little meow?
I think he missed us on Tuesday.
Cheddar.
Okay, let's get into the meat of it, because that's maybe what people have most questions about.
Okay,
this whole identity thing.
I want to start by saying that we're saying this story because it may help someone. And you may like sort of have a resource in people around you if you know what to look for and what to expect and how to make the whole thing happen. I'm going to just tell you the high level details, and then we'll get into the specifics of it all so you understand what went down. The high level detail is that our phone numbers were stolen from us. The phone numbers were stolen
not the phones.
Not the phones. The phone numbers were stolen from us and ported to other devices that made those people in charge of the phone number, which meant things like two-factor authentication that revolves around send me a text to confirm it's me went out.
Yeah, Bastet. No, it's crazy.
And so
it is
for a brief moment, we were in dire straits, and it was bad.
It was really bad.
Banking, all sorts of really bad things were going down.
Let's just start how
so that's the high level of what happened.
Let's start with how this actually went down with our good friends at Verizon.
We are probably going to shit talk Verizon more than anything else tonight, so just be aware that if you have them, like, great, whatever, but what you're going to hear is the experience that we had in dealing with
100% Verizon's fault.
1 bajillion, 1,000 billion trillion %. All Verizon's fault multiple times over. One, because all of the, what was it, like 60 million usernames and passwords got leaked 3 weeks ago or whatever. And that is what started this, because that information that's now leaked and out there allowed the criminals to pretend to be us for like a brief moment. And then the other big problem
So again, I was on vacation from Friday of last week, 4th of July. I was supposed to be off until Wednesday. Monday night, we got back. Monday night, we went to your mom's, right? Monday, we went to your mom's.
Yeah.
We got home from Pennsylvania Monday evening, and I looked at my phone and I saw from Verizon an email saying, please confirm your purchase. And I was like, that's really weird. Like, what purchase? Like, it wasn't like a billing cycle or anything. So I look at it, I log into the website, and it says that I have 3 pending orders for 3 new lines that are added to my account and 3 new iPhones, like iPhone 16, whatever. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, and so I immediately got on the phone with them and called them. 45 minutes on the phone with them. And these aren't exaggerated times like we're talking about. Like, I know sometimes you're like, I was on the phone for 45 minutes. These are legitimate times that we're talking about for each of these phone calls that we went back and verified, because at points you're like, did I really speak for that long about this issue?
Was I waiting on hold for 8 hours? I was in fact waiting on hold for 8 hours.
So 45 minutes, I call them, I say, hey, weird order on my account. I never did this. This isn't legitimate. Like, can you please cancel it? So I speak with the first person and they say, well, it actually didn't go through. It was flagged for fraud, and it was put into a pending state. And so, like, everything is totally fine. We caught it before anything went through, but I'm going to transfer you to the fraud division just to, like, put a flag on your account, make sure everything's okay. So I get there and I say, hey, got transferred from customer service, had these orders placed on my account. There were 3 new lines added and 3 new phones. And like, what actually happened? How could this have happened? He's like, well, somebody got into the account. What I recommend you do is change your password. Absolutely. Change my password right away. I'm like, is everything else secure? Like, are the orders canceled? Yes, everything's fine. They're like, and I'm like, okay, but like, I saw that there was article recently about Verizon losing, millions of logins. Could this have contributed? Like, could that have contributed to it? He's like, well, we have a bunch of security measures on the back end that we don't really like specify or tell any members, tell people about for security purposes. And that's why we were able to stop these. And so I was like, okay, great. Just want to be clear. Don't want any like other issues with this.
One thing you ended with was like, I don't want to have any surprise like charges or activations that I'm not aware of.
Right.
Next billing cycle.
Because my mind went, okay, these orders happened and they were canceled. Great. But then I'm thinking like, I don't really want to have to call back Verizon in a month and say, there were $45 activation fees on my account for something that I didn't do. So I just wanted to be like clear on that and put that out there.
Proactive.
But I thought that was the extent of it. The extent was I'm going to have to fight for activation fees, not what actually transpired.
Yeah.
Now, that was the end of the call. Our night went on. I was like, okay, it's dealt with. It's done. It's 45 minutes.
How did you get the number to call? Because, I mean, I know that was really Verizon, but Jen does bring up a good point. Was that actually really Verizon? What number did you call?
No, it was legitimate. Yeah, it's their support number on their website.
So it wasn't like someone...
No. I didn't click like the link in the order page or anything. It wasn't like a phishing thing. I legitimately went to the Verizon website to get the number and all of that.
Asking
Yeah.
So that then in your brain as a consumer, you're kind of check done, right? Like you walk away, you're like, all right, it's done. They said not to worry. I'm not going to worry. We had our night. I forget what we watched. Whatever we were doing on Monday night, probably playing Mario Kart or something. And then the next morning we wake up and it's like around 11 and it was like a situation where Chris says he doesn't have service. Oh my God. And then it's full instantaneous run to panic mode, right? Like
look,
we're from zero to everything needs to happen right now for us to preserve any semblance of like what we've got going on.
Look, when we take off on like these vacations, we are very much night people.
Yeah, we stay up late.
We stay up till like 3, like we play video games. It's sort of our shtick, and it's like what I look forward to when I have days off. And so we were up late. We were up super late. And so I got up late the next morning, as I do, like when I have off.
Like, why does that even need to be a part of this?
Right. And so like we got up and it was like maybe 11 and I looked at my phone right away and my like first thing, just check email or whatever. And there's SOS on the upper right-hand corner. I'm like, what the hell is this? And so I open my email now.
I don't know if SOS is like a cellular thing. I think that it's an iPhone thing, which means that when you see SOS, that means you have no service. Be careful, like as in you can't call SOS. But if you have the little satellite next to it, that means you can use the satellite relay thing. But if you see SOS, that means you do not have, like, be aware, everyone, you don't have service. Like, that's bad.
So I was like, what's going on? And like, I look in my email and I just flick through it and like it, just sometimes you get like stupid emails about advertisements or whatever. And I start to see like things that are very much alarming. Like, your Apple Store order for MacBook Pro is ready for pickup.
$3,500.
For $3,500. And it's like, I keep my inbox pretty manicured. Like it's very clean and I know what's in there and I know what's like needs to be addressed. And I see this purchase on there and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? And then I start to see other things coming in like, Bank of America, which is our primary banking company.
It's like virtual debit card activated on Bank of America.
Welcome to your new bank account. Yeah. Welcome to your new bank account with Bank of America. TransUnion, your credit card or your credit account has been unlocked. Like all of this stuff that you never want to see is popping in and was in my inbox for maybe like 20 minutes before I actually saw it because we just woke up. And I'm freaking out. So like
that's when we went like 0 to 1,000. Like literally when I tell you like whatever clothes are on, like you just take whatever's on, you're running, we're like, we need to
I
go
didn't
to the
even
bank
brush
right
my
now.
teeth, and I feel like it was like
No, I pooped,
like-
but it was an anxiety
really bad.
poop. Like I ran to the
no,
bathroom.
it was so bad
You're
because
screaming
I just
and I had the door shut and I'm just letting all of it come out. 'Cause I
No.
was like, I need to. You need to poop meter it.
this was happening, and I'm telling Elias.
Oh wait, we're frozen? Don't even tell me.
Oh my god, I saw it down there.
Me too, I saw it. Are we back?
I think it's back.
Like what the hell? We had dropped frames.
Okay, we're back.
My God, this is what we're gonna deal with now. Yeah, so I pooped and I was like, all right, we gotta go to the bank like right now.
No, I'm telling you, like, I'm literally yelling out things that you need to be changing passwords to.
Oh yeah,
as
I forgot
they're
about
happening.
that. You're literally handing me your
because
phone.
I don't have service on my phone. Remember, my phone is dead. All I have is Wi-Fi.
No, so my phone now becomes the one. We're like we can't even keep straight of the story because of how crazy this is. My phone is the only one that has service in the house. The only phone we have service with. So
And we
Chris
don't
is
have
on the phone.
landlines, so it's like we're relying on this for any outward communication.
And so Chris is on the phone now with my phone with Verizon.
I
or
was on with
whatever.
Verizon at the moment because I didn't even know what to do. It's like those deer in the headlight situations
Yeah.
where it's like, how are you supposed to react to this? There's no like game plan. So I was originally like, I need to get my phone back, but then like so that I can stop this, because that was my priority, is like
Yeah.
I need to put a stop to it. But then the other things are coming in and it's like, how do you prioritize them?
So Chris is handing me his phone that has Wi-Fi. That's like, go to this website, go to TransUnion, lock my, freeze my account, which is how scary that it was unfrozen. Shelly, are we back? I think we're okay.
I want to say one thing that I did that's maybe a little bit of a saving grace that I've done before, and maybe this is a recommendation. Listen, take all of our recommendations with a grain of salt. Everybody's situation is different. I'll just tell you what we did as something that, can maybe help you if this ever happens. I'm super protective of our credit numbers. And so I do have our credit with all three bureaus frozen, and I unlock it anytime that we open an account, which is really not that big of a deal.
Totally not. And Kyle mentioned it in the Discord that Kyle also does this after a situation that she had with similar fraud, and that people might say to her like, oh, but isn't that annoying to unlock and lock? But it's like, no way. It is so much easier to unlock than to deal with
this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's something that I've done for years, having the credit frozen. And so that was maybe some saving element of this, that it prevented some things from happening. But they were going in and unlocking things, which I'll talk about how they actually did that before, or in a second.
Yes, Dr. House, there's a reason why, as well as we're going to get to Leah's involvement in this, because it's one of the only moments of the day where me and Chris both laughed amidst all of this. But while this is all going on, Chris is, handing me his phone, doing all of this, fix this, unlock there, lock back in there, change this password. I'm keeping a tab of all of these things that I've changed so that I don't get lost in the midst of it all, because it was all happening very, very, very quickly. But then I think the Bank of America situation was the scariest, because as we started seeing information coming through from there, we're like, this is bad. So let's run to the bank to deal with it directly at the bank.
Yeah, I felt like that was the only thing that we could really do, is we need to just be there and have somebody side by side seeing this. And we didn't have phone lines to make multiple calls to multiple companies. So and Dr. House, you can lock and unlock it. So it has to happen with each bureau. So you can do it with TransUnion, you can do it with Experian and Equifax, and you create an account and you basically just log in, do all your authentication stuff, and then lock your credit. And then when you want to use it, you can unlock it, or you can do like a thaw, which is like a fixed time that it's unlocked for. So I do recommend it. I've done it for years, and I think it ended up paying off in the end.
And while this is all going down, we're also getting texts from friends who are saying, hey, weird thing, like did you just message me asking for your passwords, like certain passwords? The person or criminal or criminals, whoever they were texting likely people who had been in the midst of texting us. Because I think what ended up happening in this case, it's not like they had access to any of the. They
didn't have anything from the phones.
Yeah, they didn't have.
They
anything
had
from
our
the phones
numbers
themselves. And so let's imagine if someone texts you from a number that you don't know. You'll now have that number, so you can say back to that number, hey, by chance, do you remember my password for such and such, right? So usually people who text frequently are the friends. And so in our case, some of our close friends, like Leah, were getting texts from numbers saying, hey, do you have my password? Do you have my password?
Which were our numbers. So on their phone, it's showing up in our contact, in our normal text history.
Right. They wouldn't have, like, Leah didn't have a clue that it was not Chris asking the question of that.
Can you read the message?
Yeah, I'm not going to read all of it because I don't even know where I have it now.
Here, I think I
think
have
you
it.
downloaded it. I think you saved it.
Okay, so this particular situation happened with Leah. Now, keep in mind, Leah has this. Whoever this person was has my phone.
Wait, hold on. Look at
my
the
phone number.
Hold on. Move the camera back a little.
What are you doing?
Cheddar is standing on top of that tower right now. That's too funny. Okay, go ahead.
So Leah gets a text message from this person, and it says,
who is Chris? Remember, Leah's
who's technically
mind.
Me. From Leah's perspective, Leah has no idea this is going on. This message comes in at about like 12:30 probably, and says, this person says to Leah, do you remember my iCloud password? Now, Leah thinks that it's me sending this, and she says SMTB, which is code word for show me that butthole. So Leah literally replies to this person asking, do you remember my iCloud password? And she says back SMTB. Then she says, wait. And then she types it more like a password, so she types it like this. SMTB exclamation point 69. And she says, probably that.
So now imagine at this point, this criminal is literally typing in this password
to get into my iCloud.
To get into Chris's iCloud.
And he said, they say, it's not. Are you buy any of my iPads? And then she says, this is Leah. And then,
which at this point I think is when Leah started thinking, like, what is actually
what are you talking about? Yeah, because like, she's like, why would she be by any of my iPads? But I think
what Leah had said to us was, or actually, she didn't tell you this. I was on the phone with her when we told her afterwards. Why I think she thought this was still you is because sometimes you mess up and text someone and have a full conversation thinking you're having a conversation with someone you just had.
Yeah.
So she thought for a brief moment this was
like
just
texting
you,
somebody like you accidentally.
No, me, specifically me. She thought like, hey, can you just run to my iPad and click like the approve button?
So then this person replies back and says, sorry, LOL. And then Leah says, are you kidnapped? And this person says, no, my phone is acting up. So like, this is a little creepy, right? If you're looking at this outside of the absolute chaos that Leah's introducing to the situation with show me the butthole, show me that butthole. This person is like is fishing to get my iCloud password. Then she says, blink twice if you're in danger. That bastard want me to text in the group with Elias. So like, I think she's thinking that, or at that point, maybe we had told her like in the midst of that it was,
or I think we
that
had said
were
something like,
hacked.
be careful, everyone, like don't answer from us. And that's when she picked up on it.
I mean, so I didn't find out about this whole text exchange with Show Me the Butthole until maybe like a couple hours after this. But legitimately, that was the only time I laughed all day. It was like a pretty horrendous day.
No, I mean,
and that was
one of the
like
worst. So after all of this is going on, we run to the bank because at this point we're like, shit's bad. Shit's really, really bad. So we run to the bank. We kind of are like running in like crazy people, and we're like, we're being hacked. We need help immediately. They get people involved. They get us into like a little room. So it's me, Chris, and the bank teller, and we're telling her what's going on. Chris is still on the phone with Verizon. Keep in mind,
on your phone,
on my phone,
because my phone's not working. Elias's phone. We're on a family plan. Elias's phone is still activated and working fine.
And then while we're dealing with the bank person and Chris is on the phone, he's like, oh shit, they hung up. I look at my phone, it says call failed, SOS on the top. That means in that very moment, they then got my phone taken.
To put this into perspective, let's just recap for a quick moment on the incompetence of Verizon. The night before, I call them and I say, hey, 3 phones are added to my account. Isn't that strange? And they say, no, everything is fine. It's all great. I wake up the next morning, no phone, and somebody is using my number to text my friends asking for my password.
Yeah.
Now I'm on the phone with fraud prevention at Verizon. On the phone with fraud prevention
at Verizon.
And the phone goes dead because somebody is on the same line transferring it out to another carrier.
It's truly insane.
What is that?
It's truly insane. Like, they are not aware in that moment that like I'm on the phone. Like, they don't see that
like
there's
there
like
was
a
no
little
like
green light or
let's
something.
lock the accounts, let's stop everything and resolve this.
They said, oh, this is the perfect time to switch accounts to something else or move or port numbers or whatever the case is, you know?
Now at this point we have no phones.
Yeah, that's when I went full like anxiety mode, because that meant from until we get something resolved, we literally have no form of communication. Like, anywhere I go, if I'm now suddenly going to leave, like I had to go at some point to come back home to get something from home. During that ride, I didn't have service. And in my head, I'm like, this is when I'm going to crash and I'm going to die because I'm not going to be able to call 911. Like, right now, this is where all of it is happening. And we're on the phone with AT&T and they're telling us we're on the phone with Verizon, and the bank people are telling us like, oh, can you
now wait, how are we on the phone? Because we don't have any service on either of our phones. Bank of America was like, we have an extra office and a phone if you want to call from there while we're resolving stuff with our fraud prevention.
Yeah,
you can use this other office. We are literally in a bank office on Bank of America's phone, calling Verizon, trying to get them to stop porting numbers out of our account.
Right. And then once they were now ported, as we come to learn, that's what had happened. Then it's us trying to deal with Verizon to get those numbers back from Verizon.
Yeah, I have to say Bank of America they were absolutely stellar. They were all fantastic. They were on it like nobody's business.
So we're in one room. Chris is in one room. I'm in the other room with the bank teller trying to, not the teller, I keep saying that.
Now
it's
we're
the bank employee.
Yeah, it was like the the branch manager.
Yeah, or whatever it was. And I'm working with her to try to get things situated on that end while Chris is on Verizon in the other room. And I didn't tell you this because I didn't want you to panic then. But at one point I went back to her to go tell her like something that we needed to figure out.
Yeah.
And she refreshed her screen live in front of me and said, oh my God, they just opened an account and took all of your money.
Yeah.
She says to me.
Yeah.
So while now that she's on the phone with fraud on Bank of America's end, they are now opening a Bank of America account, but she moved, unlike Verizon, she moved quickly enough and just immediately went to the whole let's escalate this thing. Like she just closed it in that moment and said no, we're not going to do any more. Nothing else will happen. And that's the next sort of sequence of events.
Because what's happening is I'm in the other room on hold with Verizon trying to get the phone numbers back still. And I still have my phone.
This is around 12:31.
So I'm constantly refreshing my email to see what's the next thing that I need to stop.
Oh, because they let us be on their Wi-Fi and stuff too, because we had no service.
So I'm telling you oh, they just did this, they just did that. Go show Denise this and all of this. So it was actually ridiculous. I never could have anticipated any of this.
Never anticipated. And by the way, we're just getting started.
Now
I need y'all to understand.
Now the
jokes on them. If they were trying with me, I've got no money. Also, Dr. House said, honestly, all of this make me anxious. I hope that when this is all said and done, you can walk away feeling a little bit more relief than anxiety, because we're not here to make people anxious. We just want to share the story of it all. Cry said she has a sort of prepaid phone and with that, no one's going to be able to do anything. And for a brief moment, Cry, I was thinking should we just have a prepaid phone on hand, just
yeah, but Cry, here's the problem is these people weren't actually it was tied. They weren't charging things to our Verizon account. The problem was they had our phone numbers,
which they had because of Verizon. They didn't do anything. We didn't do anything wrong. No other company did anything wrong except Verizon letting our shit go into the ether, not informing customers that this happened, now and not having us be aware that this is out there in the world.
So the problem with that is, and if maybe it's not clear how they're actually doing this with banks and everything.
People are getting repeats of what we're saying. What's going on with our service here?
I see the dropped frames are okay.
If you're having any issues, can you close the stream? Close the stream and open it back up. Can you imagine if Twitch is down now? Possible problems. Of course. Of course. Folks, there are problems that started as soon as we started streaming tonight. The spike on our user outage situation started at around 7:45, just before we started streaming.
Oh my God.
So just,
we're going to roll with the punches like we did all week.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. How are these criminals getting into our accounts if they just connected to Verizon? The problem is that we've all been trained now to give our phone numbers as a form of ID mostly, because every time we do this two-factor authentication, send me a PIN to my phone and then I'll verify that it's me. Well, this person was doing that same thing, but they had my phone number. So anytime they were trying to log into something, they would say, reset my password, text me a link to reset my password. They would click on that and then they would just reset the password and they were in right away.
Now, I just want people to know this does not mean you shouldn't have two-factor authorization.
No. That in an ideal state, it's a great way to keep things secure.
And just to repeat what a two-factor authentication is, in case you're unaware, and I'm sure you've seen this happen online, you should always have that on. It basically just means that not only do you know the password, and if you don't know the password, they feel comfortable sending you physically, because your device is yours. They feel comfortable sending you a code or something that says hey, here, put this in, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is that the phone number in most of these things is your login. Even Venmo is your phone number. You put your phone number in and that's it. And then you can have them send you a text.
And that's what I want to get to Sam. Sam, I need to tell you how quickly this moved. It's insane how these people how fast they move in getting your stuff and how they're able to draw connections between accounts. So they got into my Venmo because they had my phone number. So once they had my phone number, they're in my Venmo. Now they can see what I have linked in my Venmo. They can see I have my Bank of America linked in there. They could see that I had my my American Express tied to that. They can get into my PayPal because that's tied to my phone number. So anything that links these things together, all of a sudden gives them another path to get into that other thing. So they see my Venmo user ID. They go punch that into Bank of America. They say, I forgot my password. Text me the code. They get a code. They reset my password. Now they're in Bank of America.
Yeah. The only one they honestly couldn't access was the iCloud Apple account stuff, because we have this thing called Passkey, which is like,
it's a trusted device. That's like a physical trusted device. So
not a phone number.
It not only has
to that.
Not only has to be the phone, but the phone number, it has to also be the physical phone.
So since the phone moved, since the number moved, that physical device in their hands was no longer a trusted device. So that's why they were asking all of our friends for the iCloud password. If they got the iCloud password, that could have been like,
it would have been done, because I wouldn't have even had my email to know what they were changing and what they were logging into.
Right. Meanwhile, keep in mind, as this was going on, another $3,500 is happening at the Apple Store.
The second one. This is now so now we're up to $7,000 on Apple that they purchased with PayPal.
Right. None of that was because of any, like, they didn't have access to anything other than the PayPal, which was linked with
my phone number. With my phone number.
Right.
They tried to buy a TV at Best Buy for like $1,700.
Bye, Leah. Be safe.
Yeah, have fun, Leah. Then they opened the debit card, the new bank account at Bank of America, and then they tried to open a credit account on Bank of America, but that was stopped because the credit was locked.
Right.
And at this point, they then also tried to unlock my TransUnion credit account. And guess what, folks? Same thing with TransUnion. You can log in, reset your password with your phone number. Where does that go? To this person.
It's insane.
And they can get into my credit.
The thing is that people aren't like, this is such a unique circumstance in today's climate, because if you stole my phone, you would actually have less ability to do anything. You wouldn't be able to do anything
because you'd have to unlock it.
Because you need my code, you need my Face ID, you need all those biometric things. But the way they did it, because of Verizon's fuck up by having our shit stolen, right? That meant that the thief did it so well that they became us through the phone number.
They had like a playbook or something. Like, this can't be the first time that they did this, because it was systematic. It was like, phone number changed. Okay, now we need
That's a great question, Dr. House.
Get into Venmo. Okay, Venmo tells me they have Bank of America and Amex. Let's get into those accounts. Reset those passwords. Let's make a purchase with PayPal. It's like, all of these things just happen in quick succession because they know how these systems are connected.
And the thing about Verizon, if you think, like, if you are them, wouldn't you send a blast email to be like, hey, folks, we just had 60 million usernames and passwords taken. So when you do things like adding lines of, customers that maybe haven't done that ever, like, be a little cautious, you know, like
maybe be cautious when the customer calls in the knife before saying, hey, be cautious, I didn't do this.
Right. And they did none of that. So Dr. House's question that I'm very interested in is there a way you think you can disable porting of the numbers without you physically maybe being in person or?
So I know a little bit about porting numbers because of when we worked at Apple, and how it generally works is, you sign into your account, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, whoever you have your provider with, or whoever is your provider. You say, I want to port this number out. So you authenticate with Verizon. You say, I want to port this number out, which is allowing this number to be released. Now, keep in mind, they just had access to my Verizon account. So that's already happened.
But Dr. House is saying, what if you did it where you need it to be in person? Like, can you tell them? Can you specify? That's what I think is interesting, because that would prevent it. Like, you need to be there in person at a store with proper ID. And then they wouldn't have been able to do that.
Jill, but lock it how? Because remember, if it's in settings, they had access to our Verizon login because of the recent leak. So
which meant that they could just go in and turn that off.
Right. They could go in that setting, turn it off. I mean, I don't even know if we had it on. We had no anticipation that we were ever going to port anything.
Right.
If it's on or off by default, I don't know.
And so now at this point, where we're at with Verizon on the other room, like I'm in my room and Chris is in the other room. And in my room, the woman is now locking everything, preventing any more from happening, allowing us to take out all of the money from Bank of America so that we can temporarily close that account so that it's like fully done.
Now, keep in mind, this wonderful. Is maybe like, let's.
I think it's like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so this is probably about like two hours into it that we're on with Verizon. And there's no progress in getting our phone numbers back. In fact, we've lost a phone number since we've been on the phone with them for now 2 hours.
Jill said it's off by default. Like, as in you have to turn it on to lock it. And Justina said they're just as useless as Citibank, where Citibank would text her fraud if she ordered sushi, but then $10,000 gets moved from my savings to transaction by PayPal. No one contacts her. Yeah.
That's crazy, similar. Justina. I mean, it's like there's no accountability, right? Like
Sean said, and all this time you've still eaten nothing. Buckle up.
So, okay, now we finally make a little bit of progress with Verizon support, so I think. And
which, by the way, before you go to that, where we're at with Verizon, let's just set the stage with what's happened. We now know that our 2 numbers have been ported out,
which means that Verizon doesn't have any control over them anymore. They've lost all control of both phone numbers. They're off with other carriers somewhere.
Right. So they're effectively gone from Verizon. And the way it ends with Verizon while we're in that room is that they tell us.
This is absolutely, you guys are never going to guess.
You're not going to believe this.
You will never guess what we were told to do.
They tell us they can't do anything, that we're essentially SOL. They didn't say that, but they basically said that. They said what we need to do to resolve this is we need to go to the AT&T store because they said they can confirm that the numbers were ported to an AT&T account. So now that means the thief has an AT&T account of our numbers that they think likely, that the thieves think likely is going to they won, right? That's it. Now it's all done and they could just keep the number and continue trying to, whatever. So they say to us, Verizon says to us, we are done here. What you need to do is go to an AT&T store and ask them for 3 things, which was some sort of account number, some sort of routing number, or a porting number.
Account number, the porting number, account billing zip code, and the port authorization number.
The port authorization number. And me and Chris both are aware. This is insane. Who is just going to give Joe Schmoes this information? Yeah, just walk in.
I need this information. You need to give it to me.
Right. So.
But at this point, keep in mind, folks, we haven't eaten anything. Sean, very good point.
We are hangry. We are
literally fighting to close these accounts as they're being opened.
At Bank of America.
We are constantly monitoring our email to see what's next on the list.
Yeah.
And we have no recourse with Verizon because it's sitting there arguing with them isn't going to make any progress. So we think, okay, there's an AT&T store 10 minutes away. Let's just go to the AT&T store so we can just get this resolved and
do the
be on
check
our way.
Done, move on. And I said to her, I'm like, listen, you've been really helpful. She wasn't, but she was the most competent of everyone we were dealing with. I was like, you've been really helpful. Can we call you back? No, sorry, we can't call you back because it goes into a pool and then we all get picked or whatever. All our notes, we have everything. All the notes are written down.
Anybody can just pick up exactly where we left off.
Yeah. And so I said, okay. And the goal was I had a phone number that I needed to call once we got these three pieces of information. Okay. And so we go to the AT&T store. While I'm telling this part of the story, Chris, why don't you get some wine?
Yeah, no, I really need wine.
Okay.
That's why I'm like itching back here.
Listen, so I drive us. We are now sitting in like silence. We don't even know what has happened. I drive us to the AT&T store. I walk in and I'm like, listen, this is weird, but this has just happened. And we need this information. And she's like, I can't give that to you. I wouldn't be able to give that to you.
She's like, I can get you on with fraud support. And I was like, yeah, no, that's totally fine.
So Chris is now on the phone.
I'm like, I totally get how ridiculous this ask is.
Yeah. And Chris is now on the phone at AT&T with fraud while I'm talking to her about what had happened. She's checking up our like phone numbers or like our account or whatever it is that, Verizon wanted from us. She's like, listen, there's like nothing here. Like you don't have.
She's like, I'm looking up these phone numbers. There's no account. There's no prepaid account. There's nothing.
Right. And so she's like, she then calls, I guess, like some sort of higher number, like some higher tier of information that she can get. And she's like, hey, listen, so I just spoke with our whatever. And they said, this isn't an AT&T account that it's linked with. One of them is linked with a T-Mobile account.
The other one's with a carrier that we don't know what it is.
Right. So now I'm like, oh my God.
So now we've wasted time driving to AT&T to find out that Verizon told us to find out that it's actually with T-Mobile.
And across the street is a T-Mobile store. Let's go to T-Mobile. We go in and the very nice young high school kid who works there was like, I can't give that to you, but I'm looking. Well, it was
like not a corporate store. So it was like a franchised store.
Yeah.
And he's like, we don't have access to that. Like, it's really like, if you do want to do something like that, you're probably best going to a corporate store.
But he did say when we asked him to search these numbers, he said that when he looked at prepaid, there was a prepaid number associated a prepaid account associated with that number, which at this point, Chris's number is the one that's now supposedly with T-Mobile. Mine is off in the ether somewhere. And then he says, there's a big mall over here. Go to that mall because that has the main corporate T-Mobile store that they'll be able to help you out. So we go to
So
T-Mobile.
we think like, okay, this mall has the mall itself has a T-Mobile, an AT&T, and Verizon. So I'm like, this is a slam dunk. It's 15 minutes away, but it's worth the drive. Let's just go there and we can do like a one-stop shop, fix whatever, and then we're done.
And
so
there's
I
a food court in the event that we need to eat or want to eat afterwards. So then we go to the T-Mobile store.
Now at this point, it's probably like what, 3:30?
Yeah, 3.
So we started this with Verizon at 11. It's now 3:30. No progress.
Zero progress.
We're down 2 phones.
Yeah. We are driving around with nothing, like no service, which again is a horrifying idea in this world that we live in now. So we get to the T-Mobile store. We talked to Hilda. Hilda was like, can't do anything.
She's like, you can call fraud. And I'm like, I get it.
So then at this point, my bladder is going to explode. I've drank like 40 bottles of water. I just kept buying water. I come back from peeing and Chris is like, you know what?
Literally, folks, I'm telling you, like, for my job, for the most part, I talk most of the day. I'm like losing my voice now for how many times I've said the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
Our phone numbers were stolen. I verified my name. I verified this. I verified that. Like, in my mind, what I'm thinking, how in the world are these criminals able to do this so quickly? And myself, as the account holder, is helpless.
Yeah. So T-Mobile says call fraud. Chris says to me, you know what? Hilda recommends, let's go to the Verizon store, which is also like a corporate store upstairs in the mall. I'm like, okay. So now starts our journey at Verizon. Before we get there, I need some wine.
Yeah, let's go to
because I don't think I can handle the rest of this story.
Okay, this is Requiem.
This is another Requiem. I told you all on Saturday of last week that I bought 2 Requiems and I was supposed to have one on Tuesday, but that never happened. So here's our Requiem that is a red blend. The other one we had was a Cabernet, and I think we both liked it. You gave it a 6, I gave it a 5.5.
Yeah, no, I think it was really good.
And it's 50% Syrah and 50% Merlot.
Any story?
There's
No story. Oh,
There's
we've
no
got story.
14.8. There's no phone number.
Don't worry.
I think it's from Washington.
We've got a story for you. Also, I'm going to say before we also go back to the story, I'm going to show what the giveaway is for tonight.
Sure. That's insane. Folks, it feels like so nice to be smiling, to talk to you, to be a part of streaming,
to have somebody
who of our community.
Yeah,
being here with you all really means the world to me because it really was quite a week.
I don't know how many times I turned to Elias and I was like, is this the Twilight Zone? Like,
yeah.
I didn't know what to do. And when you're just like at a complete loss and you've done the same thing over and over and over again, you're just like, I'm done.
Yeah. Sam, you know what's weird? They didn't have access to our contacts. Our phone numbers are not, we don't have like our Verizon like service. It's all iCloud.
But so Sam, you know what they could realistically do is, since they had our phone, like they had our account, they could technically get into our past bills.
But even then, it's not going to show.
It will show phone numbers.
Oh,
it shows
it's iMessage.
Who you text or who
it'll
you
just
call.
show that it's a text. It won't show the number.
Yeah, or any incoming stuff like you said.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it's that because of our friends actively texting us, then they're just getting a number that they're responding to because they're like, oh, this must be someone important to them.
Who did it happen to? It happened to
Danielle
a few people.
And Leah.
Danielle, Leah, Sue.
Yeah.
We both called our mom because I just felt like,
yeah, and that's because Leah was texting in a group that we have. So then Leah's number suddenly becomes a part of the phone, and it won't show that it's Leah. The person likely didn't know the person's name was Leah. They're just guessing.
Yeah, that's why the person said to Leah, like, do you know my iCloud password? There were no names or anything used in the conversation between Leah and this person, other than when Leah said, it's Leah, you moron. All right, are we?
Yeah. I think I like the other one better.
I definitely like the other one better.
Ooh.
This tastes like fraud.
This tastes like smoke.
Yeah. This tastes like $3,500 MacBooks.
This tastes like barbecue patties.
The charcoal bricks.
The charcoal bricks.
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
Because we got burnt.
Yeah. I'm ready to rate.
Yeah, I don't know that I like this one that much.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Meh.
Yeah. All right. I mean, it'll do well.
Can I have my music too? Yeah, let's go to cameras. It's fine. Tastes like fraud. Thanks, Chow. We are, and honestly, I feel like talking with you guys through it and seeing the reactions makes me feel like we weren't overreacting in our response.
Yes.
So it's a little bit therapeutic for me, if I'm not lying. So, thank you guys, like, for just being great friends.
Were we able to use our iPads through this whole thing? We didn't have them with us. We could have used them with
But we
Wi-Fi.
don't have cellular on our iPads.
Yeah, we don't have cellular, so that wouldn't have mattered. My phone was still fully functional aside from cellular. But what's pretty wild is like the amount of things that you need to be able to do to like call someone. Because in my head, I was such an idiot when I was at Bank of America and the woman was like, hey, can you call this number or whatever? And I was like, oh, well, I have Wi-Fi calling on. Let me do that. But no, because it doesn't work. You don't just have access to calling people from Wi-Fi. It's that the carrier is doing the back end work. And without the carrier, you don't have service.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right. Give me my music. Hey, it's a continuation of the Disney series. We need a full screen on this. Here's a Bentley. Here's a Cheddar. Those are options for tonight. But a new critter has joined the gang, and his name is Smorial. Look at this happy little Smorial with his nub.
Look at Smorial. Oh my God, I forgot. Oh my God, Chris.
This is the any of these three options tonight I have a few of them, so we'll be streaming tomorrow. So if you don't get Smorial
The
tonight,
nub is out of control.
yeah, look at that nub.
It's out of control.
I think it's really cute.
You really did a great job. You were showing me the work you were doing on it and asking some questions, and they were all really good questions.
Thank you.
And your adjustments to it all, I think, were great.
I think, yeah, he came out really cute, and he totally looks Disney-ified, and he totally looks like Smorial. So
Amazing, Chris. Good job.
So that's the giveaway for tonight. He does look like Pepe Le Pew. I was trying. I was trying, Bean, to think like, what does he resemble? But that's totally it.
I think Pepe Le Pew is a little bit more sly. He's more like what's
goofy,
going on,
happy.
Guys?
Yeah,
you know,
it's kind of like Pepe Le Pew crossed with original Mickey Mouse crossed with Oriole or a cat.
My voice there was a weird Mickey Mouse. Creepy. I didn't like it. Never done that before. Won't ever do it again.
Thank God.
Hated it.
All right. So
okay, now listen. Now we get to the Verizon store. Now
this is at maybe like
3:30.
Again, this is like 3:34.
I need y'all to understand because I'm gonna jump ahead. Listen, we didn't leave there until around 8:30. Hear me when what I'm saying to you. We got into the store at 3:30.
Okay, now this was not a comfortable store
until 8:30.
This is a Verizon corporate store. This is a Verizon corporate store.
We walk in. I'm like, hey, listen, this is what's going on. Sorry, we can't help you. You need to call fraud. And I think past that, you're the one who said I would have lost it if I heard that again. Like, you need to call fraud.
Now, okay, wait. First, when we walk in, it's loud as hell in there.
Loud as hell.
I can't hear myself thinking it. And
it's like a mall store.
Yeah.
You know, the whole vibe is supposed to be all exciting and bullshit.
And it's about 500 degrees. Now, folks,
We're
do you know they had the air conditioner was broken, and so the store had these big fans up in like vertical fans across the store. You guys know how I am with like heat. I'm hungry now, and I've been dealing with this for many hours, and we're talking about thousands of dollars. I'm not in a good mood.
Stolen identities, and it is 900 degrees. Cry. There was a point where I said to Chris, not in this moment, but afterwards I said to Chris, I'm like, Chris, in Texas, there are these things called like crimes of passion, which we've learned from Dateline, where like families like fight and then all of a sudden like a murder happens, but it was because in this particular moment they were just so angry, and it's not premeditated. I think that's what they say. And I'm like, would that have been a premeditated, or would that have been a crime of passion if I just unleashed on people, you know, because if that's how angry I was of all of this. So
we asked I think now we're in a store with an employee, a Verizon face-to-face person. Now, mind you, this same situation happened with Bank of America. We were physically face-to-face with somebody, and they dealt with it in like 15 minutes, and they took care of everything. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, not only can we take care of everything, go use our extra office.
Completely.
We go into the Verizon store, and we say, hey, our phone numbers were stolen. Nothing works. We need help. Oh, well, we can't do anything. You have to call support for that.
Chris is like, I don't have a phone to call support.
They pick up one of the demo phones and hand it to us and dial a number and say,
no,
yeah,
it
just call them.
Phone.
No, it was like it was like a demo. Yeah, it was just a demo phone.
What?
It was.
I thought that was like their store phone.
No, it was just a demo, like a Via phone that they had. Like,
are you for
it's
real?
Like if you want a phone for your business that just runs off of AT&T or Verizon wireless.
I had assumed that was the only space they could put.
No, this was just a demo phone. It was just it looked like a business phone, but it's like, hey, if you want a cell phone but a business desk phone and you don't want to have to run wires,
I totally get it now.
This is what you can buy. Here, you can go try this.
So we were basically just in the product aisle. Yeah.
But I because the reason why it's important, Dr. House, is because It's literally in the midst of everything. So it's like we're now in the middle of all of this, people setting up phones. I'm yelling, like I'm giving like social security numbers. I'm doing all of this, but I don't have any choice.
So
and it's 500 degrees in there.
I want to say something about my experience working at Apple versus what this store was doing. Whenever we dealt with things at Apple that cost the customer a lot of time and stuff, I don't even know if it was we were trained to do it or we were just all pretty casually like nice people or what. But like I would check in with people every so often and be like, hey, how's it going? Can I get you some water? Like, do you need a stool? Can you want to move or whatever the case is? We were in there again from 3:30 to 8:30. Nary a person approached us after that particular interaction.
5 hours on the phone with them, and not a single person ever came up to us and said, "Are you guys okay?" Now, why was this 5 hours? Let me answer that for you guys. Again, we had now restarted everything that we had done in Bank of America where they told us to go one place to the next place to get this information.
Yeah, remember they were like, oh, the notes will tell everything.
No,
the notes will tell everything.
We needed to restart everything all over again with them. And this is maybe a piece of information. If you're, God forbid, your phone number ever gets ported out as an unauthorized port or whatever they call it, where your phone number is taken over. The thing that has to happen is these they're like services, I guess, that control the transfer of numbers from one carrier to another. So there's like some, I guess, intermediate body, I'm guessing, is what I interpret it as. Yeah. These people are, I guess, some governing body that's allowing folks to reclaim things back if it's done as an unauthorized thing, which is what our scenario was.
Our phones didn't work, Sam, because the numbers were stolen. The criminals now have our phone numbers on their phones. You can't have one phone number working across two phones.
So ours disabled immediately when theirs was enabled.
So Chris's ended at 11-ish. Mine ended at 12:15.
While we were on the phone.
Yeah.
So they tell us, okay, once we get connected with fraud tells us you got to fill out this form. And this form is basically like,
no, that didn't happen yet. The form. I'm the one who figured out the form situation. I mean, I didn't do anything differently.
What do you mean?
What had happened was you were on the phone for a whole hour or so, right? Ish, maybe more. And then at some point you said, I really need to pee, and you were on hold, and I was like, let me take over, go pee. And then when they come back, I'll just let them know that like you're on, whatever. So when that really nice one, the one customer service rep who was the nicest of them all.
Yeah.
I don't remember her name. Like Melody or something.
It was like a nice Jolia.
Jolia. When Jolia came, was helping, she seemed to be the only one who knew what was going on.
She was fraud tier 2 support. So like she had worked on fraud stuff before.
And so when I was on the phone, now keep in mind, as a listener of all this, I don't know what they're saying. I just know Chris is like frantic, and I'm just literally there getting him water. I continuously am going to get water. Here's a stool, sit. I'm the one who's sort of taking care of all of that. And as I'm on the phone with Jolia and she comes back and I said, hey, just so you know, my husband is run to the bathroom. We've been on the phone like since whatever. And we're kind of just waiting there for a second. I said to her, I'm like, realistically, I'm like, what if we can't get our numbers back? I'm like, what's the solution to this? I said to her, because where we were left, what needed to happen was those numbers needed to be ported back. But the problem is, like Chris is saying, these authorized companies now have like let that number go. So now that it's out, Verizon can't just like unauthorized take it back. I want to say that word, unauthorizedly. I've heard that, but I don't think that's a real word.
The only options are either you go to the other carrier where it was ported to,
which we tried,
and initiate it back over,
right?
Or you go to what we found out about this like governing body to like file a whatever.
And so what Jolia was saying was the last straw of what they can do, the last bit of help, is that, like JCat said, they can assign us temporary new numbers, and then those temporary numbers would just work to give us service, and that then a police report needs to be filed, and after we fill out a form that claims we are the owners of those numbers, the proper owners of those numbers, Verizon or anyone cross-references that with a police report that verifies that we are who we are, saying what we're saying, and then Verizon can then be like, you know what, yoink, and take the numbers back from them.
Right.
That's the ultimate goal of what the night was. So we are
you're right. That was the first time that we found out information of what's the actual process and what do we need to do.
Right.
Not running to another T-Mobile store, not running to an AT&T store to get pieces of information.
And I agree, Jen, it's a huge pain in the ass to change your number. And that's why, Sam, like I said to Chris, Sam, I swear to you, I said to Chris in the middle of this conversation about 2 hours into the Verizon store.
Maybe at like, I would say 6 o'clock.
Yeah, maybe at 6 o'clock. I said to him, I'm like, you know what? Fuck those numbers. Fuck them. I'm done. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I need out of here. So if it means that we get new numbers, I get a new number. I don't give a shit.
But
that's
now, I mean, what I'm thinking is like work is tied to my number. Like I've had that number since like high school.
Which, by the way,
so like the problem is that all of my accounts are tied to it. It's like an absolute nightmare to do that
at this point. Like
and
you
like
said,
at
it's
no
like a
fault of mine.
number.
Like, why am I the one who has to do all of that work?
Tammy, the bank did tell us to go to the police as well. The reason why we hadn't yet gone to the police was because this is still happening.
We're still on the phone with Verizon and we don't have a number. So it's like, Tammy, we need to get this resolved before these stores start closing, because the moment that we go home, we're in like we're in a dead zone. We don't have phones. Neither of us have phones. We can't call anybody. God forbid there's an emergency. We can't call anyone.
Right.
So like now what we're saying is we started this at 11 o'clock in the morning. We're in crunch time to get this done before the stores start closing, because if we don't get phones by then we can't communicate with anyone.
It's so scary. And I said, I'm like, I can't. Like, I'm done with all of that.
I come back from peeing. I get back on the phone with this agent, and she's like, okay, so we're starting this process of filling out this form to reclaim your number. Okay, great. Let's do that. Let's fill out this form. She's like, could take up to 3 days to do it. I'm like, look, at this point, as long as something is in the works, I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah, and if we have these new numbers, whatever. So at 6 o'clock, if it turns out that for, I don't know, how long does it take to fill out a form? 15 minutes? If by 6:15 we're out of here and all we then need to do is go to the police station to file a police report, maybe we can get dinner at a reasonable hour.
Right, yeah.
You know, and at least we've done everything we need to do to confirm all of this.
Now,
again, 6 o'clock.
So Julia starts filling out this form. Now, one of the things is they need a phone number in order to, I don't think I fully communicated all of this to you, because I was one ear and eye trying to communicate my best to you on what was actually happening, but it's really difficult to sort of report things to you, but still maintain the story in my head. So what needed to happen is when they're filling out this form, you need to have a number that's associated with the account for the investigators to report back to you on, which is fine. But what she said has to happen is it has to be on your phone or like tied to it, because that flip over that happens afterwards. So us just buying a burner phone or whatever to temporarily have would mess everything up, because
totally. No, I understand that
now our old number is going to be tied to that new phone, and it would be a whole nightmare to like do the roundabout. Completely. Okay, now remember, we just had a ton of fraud on all of our accounts, and what do you need in order to open a new phone account with Verizon? A credit check. Okay, well, my credit was just run a bunch of times by a fraudster. Bank of America shut everything down. You're not going to be able to touch my credit because it just went haywire. So So now this person needs to.
I think the lesson learned here is always set your alarm for 9 a.m. every day. No sleeping until 11.
Steve.
Dead.
Steve comes in and just drops a bomb like that.
Hysterical.
So
yeah, I mean, that's in the works.
So now, in order for us to fill out this form to get our number back, we need to have temporary numbers. In order to get these temporary numbers, they need to do a credit check, and they can't do a credit check. So now they need to connect with the credit department and the fraud department. Those two need to talk to each other to bypass the credit and get an authorization.
Say, hey, this is the situation they're in. We know it's them. We know this, blah, blah, blah. All you need to do from your end, fraud or credit, all you need to do is just hit yes, like
now,
approve.
Remember on Wednesday night when that person initially added 3 phones to my account? Well, what does that trigger? That triggers credit checks. So they're looking in their system with 10s and 15, 20 credit applications with Verizon that they don't even know which credit application is tied to this new temporary number. So they're trying to get these things approved to tie back to the temporary number so that they can issue this number so they can fill out the form. I'm telling you guys, it was absolute Twilight Zone. So because I'm trying to get them to approve this, I'm saying I'm in a store. I will give you cash. I will put a deposit on with a credit card. They're like, no, we can't do that. It only can go through a credit account.
Now, at this point, are my 6:15 time gone, fleeting. It was for 1 second. Okay. 6:30 or so comes around. This is still going on. Chris is screaming at this point. No, you weren't screaming quite yet. You were just very stern. Like, can we just do this? And Chris is screaming, like, not screaming, saying, like, how essentially is the criminal able to do more than I can? Like, I'm the account holder and I can't get a line at it. And he's reading the, like, IMEI of the phones. The cool thing about the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I think all of the iPhone Pros, they have 2 SIM card slots. Actually, they're all, like, digital. They're not physical anymore. But you can technically... I
don't know if that's good or bad. That's what I was asking you. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it
But
now.
You can technically have 2 totally different carriers on your phone at any time. And like anytime you make a text or a phone, there's a little button that says like, which do you want to use? I thought the UI was pretty cool when it all worked out. I've never done that before.
It was, thank God it was
like very seamless. It was very cool. But then at around 6:40 or so, I guess Jolia was like working to make this all happen and make this official. And we thought we were in the right hands and things were going to go well.
Okay, but remember all those credit accounts?
Yeah.
They said, yes, everything's approved. Credit, fraud, disconnects. They're gone. They're off in the Verizon ether somewhere, and we're left with Jolia. Jolia says, no, they didn't approve the right one. They didn't bypass the right one. They bypassed an older one because remember, all of these applications are in my account. They don't know which one is which. So what happens? Jolia hangs up. We've now spent 3 hours. Jolia is gone. We are now at 0 point.
Jolia didn't hang up.
No.
Jolia transferred you
to nothing. It was to nothing
because this was one of my favorite parts of the day when I knew some shit was about to go down. Jolia transferred you and then someone else picks up and says, hi, this is so-and-so. How can I help you? And you go, what happened to Jolia? You go,
yeah, but that's essentially hanging up.
And you're like, no,
it was a full reset.
I went from we were just about to have dinner to we are back once again at 0 point.
This is now at 6:40?
6:45. This is now when shit nearly hit the fan. Chris is screaming at the top of his lungs. He's like, how, I've been here for this amount of time. This is the worst. Am I in the twilight zone? Why is no one helping me? And he now screaming, and he's like, I've been in here for this amount of time, and not one manager, not one person has come over here and said, am I okay? Screaming, who's the manager in here? Who's the store manager? And then this guy comes over.
I lost it. No, I couldn't. Like, folks, I'm telling you, when you're just in that mode, again, it's 6:30. We haven't eaten. I had to take a break from the phone call to go pee. Like, it was just absolutely crazy.
The store manager who comes over is the original guy who said, I can't help you at 3 o'clock. He's the one who's like, I can't help you. And so I knew from that moment, I'm like, this guy is absolutely useless. And Chris is now again screaming, saying like, no one's helped us. What do we do? Blah, blah, blah. And then this guy comes over and barely interacts. And he's like, can you just put them on speaker for me? Which I thought was weird. Just take the goddamn receiver. Maybe he's like, was a germaphobe.
I don't know. But
and he's
like,
put him on speaker. Meanwhile, there's crazy music playing around. He's like, yeah, fraud, just get them to fraud. I'm like, we're going to be arrested. This is going to be really bad. And I just need to be out of here. So 7, Chris is back on.
Now wait, 7 o'clock store manager, his shift's over. He's out there.
I went to go get water again, which was around the corner, like in the food court. So I went to go get 2 waters, maybe my 8th of the day. And, or like not my 8th, my 4th of the day, two pairs. And I'm walking down back again and I see him walking with his little backpack and he like does one of these when he saw me. And I get back in. I'm like, Chris, did that store manager say bye to you? He's like, no. I'm like, yeah, because he left.
Yeah,
he's gone.
So now
the guy did nothing, by the way.
He did absolutely
the store manager there did 0. But around 7 o'clock, Chris now restarts the same story in the same way with no upgrade.
The same form.
12 o'clock
same form
in the afternoon.
Now a new credit check has to happen. Same form, new credit check, new phone numbers.
This is now at 7 o'clock when I messaged on Discord and I said to everyone, because listen, I somehow still held out hope that like maybe we can come home and stream and like reconvene on the day. And at 7 o'clock, I'm like, I see none of this happening. So I messaged on Discord.
Thought we were going to come tell the story of like a crazy day, but like.
And I messaged on Discord and I'm like, listen, we're in real bad doo-doo jar. And so we continued the story. So at 7 o'clock, the whole thing restarts. Chris is doing the thing, the credit check, the form, all this bullshit of what needs to happen. And that was the last sort of like leg of that, right?
Yeah. So we get connected with this.
There was no other
Yeah, we get connected with this agent Margie. I feel bad because once I got connected with her, I like blew up at the beginning. But she was the only one who actually was able to do anything. She did the credit check. It still took an hour and a half from 7 to 8:30.
Yeah, because at 8:30 is when we were.
She still had to verify everything. She still had to fill out the form. She still had to connect to fraud to then have fraud connect with credit check to allow the credit to go through and then come back and set up the phones. So each phone had to happen in sequence to enable my phone. I got service I got service first.
Which at that point I was like, take my goddamn number. I don't give a shit. Like that's how I felt.
I got service on a temporary number. Remember, this isn't my actual number back. This is just a temporary number to fill out a form to get my number back. We do it on Elias's. We get his. It's 8:30.
It was about like 8:15. And then at that point, what I remember doing was just verifying this is in fact functional and us. So like I called Chris, Chris called me, I called Danielle, I called Sue, I called Leah. I was just, I didn't text anyone. I was like, listen, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, just listen, this is whatever. Chris, you called your mom. Like, just let everyone know, like, this is where we're at in all of this. And the expectation at this point was chill. The expectation at this point is that we need to go to the cops, Patsy, have them fill out a form, the friggin' form, have the
because
form,
we needed that form sent to Verizon,
right,
so we
upload it to Verizon so that they can then legally, I guess, like pull the numbers or whatever, have the access to pull the numbers. So essentially part 1 of the day is over. Like we thought
Like
that
we've
was
initiated the process.
Yeah, we've initiated the process. So then we were like, hey, this is where I felt Twilight Zone too. You said that you wanted to change your lock or whatever that was.
I wanted to change my security pin. So I changed my, and this is how it has to be a leak with Verizon. My security pin, they must have had to make any of these account changes. And so I said, I changed my password, which was fine. But then I wanted to change my security pin just as a double precaution because I didn't want any of this to be all undone the next day. Like, I swear to God, if I woke up and I had no service and this was like redo day 2 Groundhog's Day, I don't know that I would have the capacity to deal with it.
I don't know. Yeah.
So I was like, as everything is locked in, everything is done, I just want to make sure that I've dotted all my I's and crossed my T's. And the way that I thought that I could do that is just put in a security pin. And that was, again, another back and forth with, got to get you on hold. Your account is locked. Then the guy in the store needed to like put a note in the system and all of this, like,
it's really weird too. And I think that it's a part of Verizon's lack of accountability here. It seems like from their end, from the way he did it, they have the access of just pushing a button.
Right.
And switching your pin.
Right. And so what I'm saying is like if it's an inside job, yeah, like somebody just says like,
do you remember at Apple, we never could unlock someone's code? Even if the person, remember the few times where people would not know their password, but like it really was them?
Yeah.
We couldn't do anything.
No,
remember that?
Our hands were tied.
We literally, we
couldn't call anybody to do anything.
No, it was like that was it. That's it. You can't do it. You know? And in this case, they had the ability to press one button and then have the person's code reset. And then through the app, they can make it new. And keep in mind, if you have a friend in Verizon, right?
Like it just takes one employee then to be like a friend and be like, hey, I got this number on dark web, reset the number and you're good.
Ralph said it's ridiculous that you were in the store for so long and no one's there to help you, and then you end up for hours.
I know, Ralph, right? It was absolutely crazy. Now we're at the mall now. This is more or less the end of the absolute chaos. We then are 20 minutes to home. We stop at the police station.
No, we stopped to feed the cats. The cats hadn't been fed since 11 o'clock in the morning.
We did.
While in the morning, Chris was dealing with the first part of the story, I was downstairs literally just throwing food at the cats. I mean, not really. I still fed them and took care of them and gave them medicine and all of that. But they hadn't eaten since 11 in the morning, and I know that they were going to be hungry. And so we ended up coming home, 9 o'clock, fed the cats, 9:15, go to the police station. And at this point, we're like, are police stations even open? I don't know what the deal is.
I didn't know how it worked
for police stations.
Yeah.
We go to the police station, never been before. And I have to say the police station part of it all was very lovely.
Everybody was super nice.
Everyone was nice, very apologetic. They felt bad. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened to you. This is terrible. And essentially the goal of that part of the story was literally to receive a piece of paper from them the next day that said,
I didn't know that's how it worked. I didn't know that it was like you tell them the story and then they kind of like do their homework and write up a note.
Yeah.
And then you pick up the note the next day.
It's not a note. It's like a legal piece of paper.
What is it?
A police report.
Police report.
Yeah, it's a legitimate police report.
Sam, that's what I thought, but I didn't know. And I was like, what are the hours for the police station?
Yeah, and I'm Googling now on their Wi-Fi, what are the hours of police stations? And I messaged Leah. So the only other way that I knew that I felt comfortable messaging our friends was through Instagram messages, because I knew they would know that that's me. Like I still had full access to that. So I was texting.
And listen, if you guys ever had a window for me checking my DMs, it was Tuesday. That's it.
It's gone.
It's gone. You missed it.
So we finish up at the police at around 9:45, 10. We then are starved because now everything is sort of like 23. I did not ever willingly block Leah.
Oh, Dr. House, that's so sweet. But I want to save it and celebrate it on a positive night.
What did Dr. House say?
He wants to pick me up and treat to open one of the boxes.
Oh, no, we'll open it up on.
I want it to be on a
week.
celebratory night.
Yeah. No,
but that's so sweet.
Cross said, damn, you said you were giving $2,000 for my birthday. Hysterical. So we went to this local bar that's near us and actually very close to the police station. Sat down, had a drink, had some pizza.
To be honest, like when you... I know I hadn't eaten all day and it's now like 9. It was probably 9:30, 9:45.
Yeah. No, it's 10. Yeah.
And we were eating our first meal.
Yeah. Our first morsel of food in the mouth.
And
Saturday,
I just felt so sick from that day that I actually wasn't even really hungry.
Too. I was not hungry in the day. I was sick feeling.
Yeah.
And even the food that we were eating, it wasn't still fully like, we weren't fully like back to normal. Mm-hmm. So like the anxiety of it all still made me unsure like about it all.
No, because now our numbers are still out there. We're still checking our emails to see like what's the next thing that's open.
What else are they going to do?
I'm like, did the criminals go to sleep and now they're waking up? Like, what is it? Like, what's going on?
So I'm back home. What was that? Oh, back home 10:45, 11, maybe it's like 11. And, I sit down for 1 second and I'm like, Chris, I'm going to go shower. So I go shower. And before I showered, I sat down to release the pizza from my butthole because that was far too much too quick. And as I'm sitting there on the toilet, I get a text on my phone that says, your number is something. It was something weird. It was like, we're just getting your number back. If your service cuts out, just restart your phone. And again, it's this weird message of like, what? Like, if they have the ability to have these texts sent through automatically, this must be a common occurrence. So why did this take 12 hours to do this?
Yeah.
So I'm like, Chris, did you get this message? He's like, no. So I left my phone on the counter. I showered. I came back out and I didn't have service. And I'm like, all right, let me restart my phone. So I restarted my phone and the like service came back, like it activated in that moment. So that meant I lost my other number, the fake one, the temporary one. I lost that and I got my number back, which truly felt like I was like, oh my God, I won. And I'm like, what did I win?
Which was great, but the problem was Elias's was less of a priority because
I didn't even care about my number.
Not that it was less of a priority, but none of the accounts that were tied to your number were compromised. They were all my accounts.
So I said to Chris, I'm like, at least this is some positive, but I don't know what this will mean for your phone. So then we started watching fucking Sherry Papini.
Oh my God, we did watch.
We started watching the documentary on Sherry Papini, folks. If you don't know that story, it's pretty gnarly. I don't want to spoil it all, so watch that on Hulu. And we're in the middle of watching that. It now straight up, I'm telling you, it's like 12:30, 12:45, and Chris gets now that same message on his phone that's like, hey, we're about to get your phone number back. So if you lose service, just restart your phone.
No, I never got that message.
What?
I never got that message. I went to my settings because I was so vigilant about everything that was happening, looking at my email. I was constantly looking at my settings. I went to my settings.
Bye,
and
Sam. See ya. And yes, it's the 19th, Sam.
The number flipped. And so I restarted it. And when I restarted it, it was fully like my old phone number.
So you never got that message?
I never got the message that you got. I only tried it because...
Do you have Do Not Disturb on?
That could be why.
Do you have like night, whatever, like at certain point?
Yeah, I think like after 11.
That's probably why. Yeah, that makes sense. And so Chris restarted his phone and got his service back, which meant at 12:45 in the morning of literally 14 hours later, like it was resolved.
But now it's like the aftermath. I mean, that was the problem is like, okay, like we got our numbers back, but now we need to pick up all the pieces. So like Chow, I think Chow asked if we were able to recover the money. So here's the deal. And this is maybe the biggest takeaway. When this stuff happens, do not wait for a second on anything. Like
go.
We were canceling things as they were coming in. And look, it's like sometimes the circumstances don't let you to be reactive. Like I think this happened on my day off. Like imagine I was in meetings all day and I didn't look at my phone and this was happening. Like what would that have been?
We sometimes don't have service when we're around Camp Muskrat, like places around Camp Muskrat. If we were on a hike, we woke up early, went on a hike and did all of the shit we did. And then all of a sudden we come back to thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars.
I think everything is fine. I don't think we lost anything. Like, and this is thanks to Bank of America, because they transferred money out quickly. There were we still have claims that are open. Like one of the things that they did is they transferred to gambling accounts. So like, I guess that's, gambling accounts probably is just loosey goosey with money. So it's probably a good place to store stuff. But we were able to cancel all the MacBooks. We were able to cancel Amex actually canceled the Best Buy thing on behalf of us.
Yeah.
All of the bank accounts were closed. I didn't mention this before. Not only Bank of America opened accounts, some company Chime, they opened a bank account. So that was canceled. We called and canceled that. All our credit is locked, obviously, like it was in the past, and all of our, we alerted all of the bureaus, both of our accounts for, fraudulent activity. So they're all aware. Obviously, I've been looking at my credit, my credit history and stuff, and there haven't been anything anything that's popping up on it. So far so good there. So I think we're in the clear, but it's also we were way proactive in this.
The next day the next days, 2 days, we spent triple, quadruple checking. The MacBooks were order pickups for the store because they thought if they do this quick enough, they could just get in before we're canceling them. And they just go to the Apple store. They're like, I'm here for my pickup. They scan it and they're out, and then it's done. Then they have the computer. Leah, I think, said, or Danielle or Sue, I can't remember who said, the reality could be that they could also, if they really did, if the police did their due diligence to find out when that pickup happened, that they could ask Apple for the camera footage.
I called Apple right away on all 3 of the orders because there were 3.
You didn't, though. What I'm saying is there is a reality where the police could have been given access to the camera of who was there picking that up. Mm-hmm. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they're a criminal. Maybe they're a known criminal. Or
so, I mean, what's weird about it, Dr. House, is that they were local orders for pickup. So it had to be somebody, I mean, I'm assuming it was a store in New Jersey, Patsy. I'm assuming that it was somebody who's trying to, get the computer. It physically in their hands. Interesting.
I didn't even think of that they could be sending a TaskRabbit if they wanted to, the TaskRabbit could literally go to pick up. No, the TaskRabbit can't
23, pick up. I think Apple Store authenticates with either ID or the QR code. So they might have the QR code from the phone. I don't know. If it text me the QR code and then they show that. I knew that the order came in because I saw it on my email. So it wasn't like they were in my Apple account. It was that they were in my PayPal that they paid at Apple with, that then PayPal emailed me a receipt from Apple because my email and my phone number are both tied to my PayPal.
Interesting, Ralphia. What's interesting is that it's 3 of them each. 3 phones, 3 MacBooks. Could be 3 criminals. Chow, the reason why, you said, Chow, that it required you to authorize via your phone. Yeah. But if the thief has our phone number on their phone, then the authorization just happens from Verizon sending a message to their phone now saying, click here to log in. That's it.
So the Apple Store pickup billing address was the Apple Store itself. For some reason, that's what they set it at. The other thing that I do remember, and like, again, that day is a total blur, and not saying that like any of these locations are legitimate. At some point, Brooklyn, New York showed up. I think it might have been the transfer to the gambling site, but Brooklyn showed up at some point. And again, I don't know, like, I don't know that it's even significant because they could just VPN anywhere. So it's like, I'm sure they're probably, if they're this sophisticated with getting phone numbers, I'm sure the location is probably spoofed too.
Well, I don't think it's unknown how they got the number hijacked. I think it's because of their leaks. I think that part of the leaks that happened at Verizon caused the phones to be sold. Not the phones, sorry. It caused the numbers and the account info to like be sold to people, I think. And so then the people who receive information of like, hey, try out this username and password, or try out this phone number with password with the info that was now stolen from Verizon, then they just try it. And if it works, great. Then it catches on and it works. And now suddenly, really quickly, they have the ability to be like, oh shit, this one worked. Everyone go.
Now buy some phones. Now, okay, these phones are active. They become accounts that we can transfer numbers out on,
right? And
then it all spirals from there.
And it could be that it's in the tri-state area, like designed to be that way, because then if for Apple particularly, like imagine how quick and easy it would be if they did manage to get that pickup. If they physically picked up that computer,
right?
No matter what happens thereafter, they're $3,500 richer.
Right. Look, I mean, all of this kind of comes down to like, it all could have been resolved, or none of this had to happen. If we called on Monday night because we thought something was weird, and because of that, it should have been
immediately.
It should have been shut the account down.
Done.
But because there were all of that didn't happen, everything else transpired.
Yeah. You know. Mrs. Schmacky said, which is also why you should have strong different passwords for every account. Guess what I did the next day and the day after? I sat down, made new accounts for shit. Weird passwords. Things I never, like, we all have like a typical sort of password we rely on. Nope, done. Brand new, something totally different, very strange, very just, I felt, I didn't feel comfortable with it. Does Verizon let you have two-factor on your account? It does 23, but
it lets you. Well, they have a security pin, so that security pin was either reset by somebody or it was leaked out of Verizon.
But is there no two-factor on it? I thought that
the two-factor is your phone. When you call in with your phone, they say we validated.
No, Chow said that Chow had to just receive a text from them to log in.
Like that's what we were doing. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if they have the phone number, they then become the receiver of the second factor.
But they bought a phone. They had that phone.
Yeah.
They bought a phone with that number. They're now a part of the account.
Yeah.
They can just text themselves and say, "Hey, two-factor me in.
Yeah.
I'm an account holder."
Yeah.
And that's how they're in. So if they can get in enough to buy a phone and add a phone to the account, they can then authenticate with two-factor in to authorize a change to the account, which is what happened.
Right. Which is why, get what they were saying about hey, is my iPad near you with Apple? Because your trusted device being the iPad.
They could have just gotten into my
Like if
iCloud.
Leah had an iPad, if Leah was sleeping over.
If she was pulling cables out.
Yeah. I'm just
look. It's a lot of what ifs. I mean, folks, if we ever had a body cam that we should have been wearing, I think we would have run out of tape on this one. It was a hell of a day. We were exhausted. like I came home and I had no voice. Like my voice was completely shot from being
you're
on the
losing
phone.
it now, and you've only been on for 2 hours telling the story. Mr. Smacky mentions third-party authenticators as well. The options that you could use there are like the Apple authenticator, or, I'm sorry, the Google authenticator, there's like an app, like a specific authenticator app, and then Apple has one built into the passwords app. What that does, so that everyone knows what an authenticator does, instead of you relying on just one password, it's like you need a password, but you also then need a second level of login, which is a randomized number that's given to you in that moment. So like, this happens on Twitch, believe it or not. If I log into Twitch, I put in my password, and then it says, what's your authenticator password or whatever. So then I go into my passwords app on my phone. Like Apple, like I said, provides one. Apple or Google provides one, as well as there's a third party one I can't think of. And then you're given a temporary like 60-second code that you then put in.
Actually, so Mrs. Schmacky, Mrs. Schmacky, let me tell you that authenticator that I have on my iCloud was literally what saved me. If that wasn't enabled and they got in, like, because they reset my password with my phone, I would have been absolutely done, because they could have reset my password like they did with everything else through my phone number. And then I would be shut out from everything. I would be out of, like, I wouldn't be able to check my email to see what, like, they were ordering, what they were doing. I wouldn't know what accounts to look for. I wouldn't even know that this Chime account was created, like all of this weird stuff. So, I mean, definitely important. The authenticators are super important.
I didn't know that was the term. Did you know that? TOTP?
No, I didn't know that.
It's a time-based one-time passcode. TOTP.
Oh.
Time-based one-time passcode. Yeah.
What a stressful couple of days.
Yeah, and so like after all this is said and done, on the next morning we woke up, and literally I turned to Chris when we woke up, and said, I'm like, "Do you have service?
What's your password?"
Yeah. I'm like, "Do you have service?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, good, me too." Sam earlier had asked what, like, do you feel safe using the numbers, the same numbers? It's not just about knowing the number. It's more about like having access to Verizon. They don't have that anymore.
Yeah, like we know our number. We could block the number. We could, or anybody who's like messaging on it.
But realistically,
I think it was like
we've knock on wood, like secured everything. The info that they were sold or given from the leaked Verizon info was a set of data that no longer applies. Like, we're now back to a position where I think we're safe because we changed passwords, we changed usernames, we changed all of the things we needed to change. So they no longer have this new information. If there's like another leak from Verizon, we're, I don't know, back to being exposed, But I do feel more comfortable now, not because, Verizon is a piece of dog shit, but I genuinely feel more comfortable because we changed everything that we needed to change.
I think the biggest thing is like
just terrible.
Yeah, no, Ralcia, and thank you for that. I mean, look, it's like, look, it's a really shitty situation. I mean, there are worse things in life, right? Like ultimately, it sucks, but there are certainly worse things, and the fact that we were able to resolve it just because we had the patience to go through it, like other folks would have been just like not know what to do or left.
Dad, they wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Ruth, the long story short is we got identity fraud. We resolved it. There's no other way to tell the story. I mean, literally, since we started Root streaming at 2 hours ago, we have been telling the story. It's just so unnerving.
You can't even make it up.
It's so unnerving. And I was saying to Chris, realistically, if Verizon resolved it for us, 2 opportunities. One, the night before, then we would have never experienced this. Or the second one, when we first called the next morning. If they resolved both of those at those times, especially the second one the next morning, our day would have been like over at like 12:30.
We were supposed to go to Animal League that day.
Yeah, we didn't even tell that part of the story.
I just remembered that.
Ready to go to Animal League, find the big banner that we have with our faces on it. Look at the little kitties and the little muskrats that are there. We were gleefully waking up to the possibility of going to Animal League and seeing all the cats.
For July 8th, I took off months ago, specifically for July 8th, to go to Animal League, to see Kathy, to see the kitties, to do everything. And again, it was like 12 o'clock. We're like, we're not going to be able to go.
Yeah. Roots, that was the term that we were told to use a lot. SIM swap. At the police station, we were told to use the word SIM swap.
Yeah, Ralcia, right? And look, everything is digital now. So it's like when... I mean, it's like, how do you even...
I think our phone numbers need to become a bit more... like, how do I put it? Like, a social security number is very specifically government documents. And like... I don't know that I want the phone number to be government document, but it needs to be taken more seriously as like an identifier of some sort that's tied to something. I don't know how I want that to work, but it needs to work.
I don't know what the solution is. And look, I mean, to be honest, folks, before any of this happened, like I always have a secure password. I told you that I lock my credit. Like there are certain things that I'm very cautious about. And it's not that I'm lax about anything, but I don't go the extra mile all the time for every account. Like there are probably some accounts out there that I'm like, it's like minimal, but I think it's like, I don't know. I mean, there has to be a better way for identifying who you are, specifically when it comes to like finances or like important things like health records, like all of that kind of stuff.
Dr. said you need to be able to lock your number like your identity. Heidi said 2 questions. Are you staying with Verizon or are you getting a lawyer?
Okay, so full disclosure, our Verizon stuff is not fully resolved yet.
Yeah, I still think we're in the midst of
I just can't muster up the energy to call them and hear that old music anymore. Yeah. I'm telling you folks, it's grating.
Yeah.
And so there are a couple things on the Verizon account that are still messed up. They basically at some point they said it is absolutely like we wiped everything. So they disconnected like our online account. We had to create a new one. I feel like they were kind of at their wits' end on like what they could do to stop any of this. So I don't know what plan we're on at this point. That has to happen. We have to figure out what plan we're actually on. Our watches don't work. Today,
our watches don't work with cellular because we do have the cellular Apple Watches, and they are tied. They were tied to Verizon as like a service, which meant that I could just be walking around the city and call my watch or whatever. And no longer is that the case because they couldn't figure out how to make it work.
And then the second thing that isn't working is our hotspots aren't working, which this morning I went to the allergist really early and I've been on.
Oh, interesting.
I've been on PTO for a week now. And on top of all of this, like I took an extra day off to deal with bank stuff, to deal with police stuff, to deal with account stuff, all of that. I took off on Thursday. I was supposed to go back on Wednesday. And my boss was like super helpful. He was like, do whatever you need. Like, don't worry about work. We'll take care of it. Which was great. And they were absolutely fantastic. But I, like this morning was my first day back after a week and I was absolutely swamped. I was like from 9 o'clock until 5:15. I was back to back. Like I didn't get a single break. So I had the allergy appointment this morning that I couldn't miss, because if I missed it, my allergy shots were going to reset, and it would have been a whole big thing of like having to go every week. So I needed to go on Friday morning. I went super early, and normally, like when I'm in the lobby, I'm like checking my email, like catching up on the day. My hotspot doesn't work.
Great.
So
I didn't know that.
That needs to get resolved. What else?
Jen said, can you hire the same lawyer as the car stuff would have fallen under the
Heidi.
same umbrella?
Yeah, Heidi asked about a lawyer. So, I mean, look, we're like exploring our options for what it is. I'm like, look, I'm not going. If it was just like, here's my thing. It's more of the principle of it, because I called the day before to warn and say, hey, something's wrong.
Yeah.
And nobody did anything about it. And then there are all of these other implications that come with it, like credit scores and like long-term effects, accounts that are made. What did I miss?
Safety.
Like all of that kind of stuff that comes with just the negligence of like not doing just a simple thing of shutting an account down when like a customer is calling and saying, hey, you're responsible for my stuff. Something's weird. Like, should you do something? And so I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll explore our options. But yeah,
it is interesting because Bastet and Dr. House both have the opposite sides of it. And I agree with both, which is like Bastet thinks there's a really good legal fight. Dr. House thinks that not really, because there's no damages done in the grand scheme of things. Like, not what had happened, but what are we left with? And I don't disagree with that.
Right.
Chow said, so no more Pokemon Sleep. No, that the watches work fully. The what doesn't work on the watch is the cellular service. So like if I'm in the middle of Camp Muskrat and I go into the woods and I want to make a phone call on my Apple Watch, I can't do that now. If I go outside and I don't have my phone and I go for a walk and I want to make a call on my Apple Watch, I can't do that. So
burn
23 cents of Verizon. Fuck you. Can you hear me now? What are you showing us?
Burn.
Bernie. Bernie. Jen, I read that as, imagine if you were trying to buy a horse right now. And I'm like, sure, I can maybe imagine that, but that's a specifically weird thing to be thinking about.
I mean,
wow.
All of this 3D printer fraud is absurd. Insane. Who bought all of this stuff?
Not me. How did those arms work out for Burn? Oh, they didn't fit him, Patsy. Wait, oh my God, we never showed you all.
Oh, did you show the video of us paddleboarding?
No. Okay, let's look at some positives.
Yeah, let's end the stream on a positive note.
Go to studio, please. You'll need to do a little bit of work here. It's easy though. Go to studio, click on play video on the left. We're doing it live. Click on double reason farting. Click browse. And then it's now Airstreamers videos. Go to that one and then that one. That's it. Okay, so listen. Let's watch this video.
This was the day before? No, 2 days before all the craziness.
Yeah, Jen, breasty Bernie couldn't fit it. It didn't fit him. Wait, what's the video? Oh, the original arm video? I see. We have a couple of funny posts about that, but we had two things planned that I didn't want to usurp from. One was our connection with Zoetis that we posted yesterday. And then one was Animal League today. So maybe tomorrow we'll post the arms.
Chow said something.
Protect the confidential and proprietary information relating to customers and their continuing pre-existing legal obligations. Take reasonable measures to discover and protect against the attempts to gain unauthorized access to the number.
Interesting.
Oh.
Thanks, Chow.
Interesting.
Carriers have a duty of care.
Protecting consumers from SIM swap and port out fraud.
Oh, interesting. So wait, okay.
Can you click on that?
Ciao.
Click on it so that we have like that. Yeah.
Look, to be honest, I just want to be protective if anything long-term happens. Like if I find out that somebody opened something or did something that I didn't know about, that's my biggest concern.
Also,
This is a lot of legalese stuff. Yeah.
23 said, beware, the head of FCC is now a tool. Agreed, which is why nothing matters. Eat the damn donut. Okay, here we go. I'm going to play this video. It's short-ish, and it's me and Chris going out paddleboarding.
Having fun
Before
with phone numbers.
While you're watching this video, remember that we have not yet experienced this trauma. We both have active phone numbers that are our phone numbers, and we enjoyed our time in the sun. So here we go. All right, take 2. We're going to go paddleboarding. You think it'll be open?
This place will be open.
All right. Do my back and my neck and my crack. How you doing?
Good. I miss it.
Me too. I miss it a lot. Look at this view. How you doing?
Talking.
Do we still got it?
Still got it.
That's it.
That was
Abrupt
such a
ending.
fun day. We had such a great day that day.
It was so nice. I genuinely loved it. The little moment I had where I almost hit the bridge was very unexpected. It wasn't supposed to, like, I wasn't really going in that direction. It just all of a sudden it crept up on me, and I'm like, what do I do? Because there are these little spokes that are out. It's not like a full thing. And I think I did a good job of aiming at the spoke.
No, yeah, you're a professional. I feel like that was karate.
Yeah. Thank God.
That was not the Delaware Water Gap. That was a reservoir in New Jersey. And it's like relatively close to us. But I really, it's a really nice area, and it's quite large.
Jen said, I needed Chris to sunscreen me the other day. I'm so sunburned. I applied, but they didn't reapply in time. My legs look like I have vertigo with my white and red patches. We did well with our
we were very
tanning.
diligent.
And Deb said, I want to try paddleboarding, but I don't know if I have the balance. Deb, listen, full stop.
You should try it, Deb.
You can do it.
Because you can absolutely do it.
Even if you only remain on your knees, excuse me, it's still a fun experience, and you're fine. If you're on your knees, you have balance. Like, you can do that. Getting up can be a little bit tricky, but here's my take. There's a place in the middle of the paddleboard where you could put your hand in to like hold it. As you're getting up, just make sure your feet are on either side of that. If you stay either side of that, you're fine.
And also, Deb, it's like the thing that I really like about the paddle boards. So we keep our paddle boards at this house, and we have our kayaks at Camp Muskrat. Kayaks are nice because I feel like you can maneuver more, you have more control over it, you're
not going to fall in.
You can tuck stuff in it. So like if you're going to go camp or picnicking or whatever, it's really nice. Paddle boards are nice if you want to be like a little chill. You don't have like anywhere to go. You want the variety of like standing up, sitting down, lying down, like you were lying down.
Yeah.
All of those sort of work. And you don't really need to carry anything with you. That's kind of the benefits of paddle boards. Phones are waterproof, but they're not sink proof.
Yeah.
So we didn't have any floaties on them. We brought them in.
No, we didn't bring our phones. That was the
didn't bring our
GoPro
phones.
that I had, that I recorded everything.
And I had music on my watch when I had service on my watch.
I was in the past. I had we haven't been out in so long, but I have a floaty case for my iPhone. The iPhone takes remarkable underwater footage that I genuinely think is sometimes better than the GoPro. The only concern I have with the phone in the water now isn't about it getting wet. It's about it literally falling and sinking. That's the problem. So if I get a case, I will gladly put my phone in the water. The rating of it, I think they said, is it shouldn't drop greater than like 3 feet or 6 feet in the water, and it shouldn't be in the water continuously for like longer than 30 minutes, which it never is. And it's more of a pressure thing than it is like water leaking in. It's legitimately, folks, if you have an iPhone and you've had it since like the iPhone 11, I'm 90% sure that it's waterproof. Check, but I'm certain that it's waterproof.
I mean,
I've been doing it since my iPhone 6. Remember when we were at the one lake and it tipped in and it fell?
I wash my phone regularly.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like the feeling of a dirty phone.
No, Chris, straight up.
I just run it under the sink and I wash it. So, I'm confident in it, and I drop my phone all the time. So like if there's leaks or whatever, it's been fine. But hey, you never know. If you lose your phone in the lake, no worries. It's so easy to move your phone number to a different phone.
Okay, listen. This is how crazy. The iPhone 7 and later. The iPhone 7 and later, if you have an iPhone 7 or later, it can be submerged in up to 1 meter of water for 30 minutes.
Really? The 7? That long?
The 7.
Damn.
Because that's why I had the 6. And remember, people were saying the 6 was waterproof because they almost
they tested it.
They tested it, but they didn't want to tell people that it was.
Yeah.
And then the 7 was really the one that they advertised as waterproof.
Yes.
I'm telling you, folks, legit. You have the SE, it's waterproof. Dunk it in the water if you want. I do it. I've done it a million times, and I will gladly do it. But the problem is, in this case, I just didn't want my phone to fall in.
Well, don't tell people to do it if they don't trust it. It's okay. It's not going to stop working if you don't give it water.
Not mine. That's why they took the number. I forgot to water my iPhone.
Heidi always has our back. You're ridiculous. Heidi always has our back. Yes, I checked retirement accounts. I checked stock accounts.
Same.
I checked our business account for Muskrat Nation. Like all of our credit cards are good. The good thing is that we have different roles in the relationship. I manage all of the finances. Elias looks really cute. Just kidding. We kind of split responsibilities. And so I just sort of like knowing what's going on. And I like managing it, and Elias doesn't mind trusting me to do that. And so he's been really sweet with that ever since we first started dating.
No, I'm just kidding.
You always trusted me with it. And so I guess that's one benefit is like it going through one person.
Yeah, same.
Kind of like it's all in my mind. I know where everything is. So that gave me the ability to kind of check for stuff.
Okay, the iPhone 11 is the same. The difference is that it can be submerged in up to 2 meters of water. So that's 6 feet of water depth. So if you're in a pool, feel free to put it in the pool, fully submerged. Just don't keep it fully submerged for 30 minutes. If you remove it and put it in, that's totally fine. But if you submerge it and keep it submerged, it's something to do with the pressure.
I think it's probably like loosens the seams or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But it's fun. It's really fun recording underwater. It's really cool stuff. I used to do it all the time when we were more outdoorsy people.
Okay, so let's give some stuff away, folks. I got 2 phone numbers. Does anybody want them?
That's crazy. Yes, Deb, I have seen those TikToks of the couples where it's like this one does everything and this one is, and then it's like a random bullshit. It's very funny.
Also, wait, Chrissy, you asked me a question earlier and I totally spaced on it. And I know, you asked what we were printing.
Yes, I meant to answer that, Chrissy. I'm sorry.
Chrissy, we are printing. I'm printing a case. Wait, where is this? It's a case for my tools for the 3D printer. So I had that little one that I printed, and that's good. But I feel like I saw this one. And I was like, this is exactly what I want because it has all of the space for all of the different compartments.
Just so that I can. What's the word? Indulge? Can you all indulge me? Is that the word?
Yeah.
In listening to my latest performance.
I would love that.
Today.
That's a great way to also end on a positive note.
I recorded a song in Zelda for Zelda of Zelda.
Not only is he pretty, but he's super talented.
And this video I'm super proud of. In a little bit of backstory to this, in 2013, there was a video of someone I found online that had sheet music for a 12-minute Zelda medley. And it was across 6 clarinets, and each of those clarinets has 2 parts. So a total of 12 different parts. And I ended up asking and emailing the guy, and I was like, hey, listen, I really want to do this. Can I have the sheet music for it? He responded back and was like, cool. And no one had ever done it, like, of his performance. And his was digitized. So it was like what you heard was like a digital version of it, but no one had ever actually played it. So I was like, I really want to do it. So I remember in 2013, I was in the year-ish of like graduating, and I was like really into playing, and I had really good sound.
Yeah, I mean, you were the head orchestra person.
So if you Google my name and Zelda medley, you'll find this medley that exists that's like 12 minutes long that has, like, at the time I thought it went viral with 8,000 views, excuse me. Now your face has 14 million views on
Yeah, but 8,000
Instagram.
is really good. I mean, for like a small account.
It's fine. It was I barely have anything on the account, but this is a small little sampling of it because I I searched through my email today and I'm like, oh shit, I have this content, this stuff, and so I redid it today. So I spent like maybe 2 hours from beginning to end recording the audio, recording the video, putting it all together, and posting it on my Instagram. But let's listen to it. And this is of the song called Ballad of the Goddess. Oh shit, it's gonna look all
yeah, while you do that, let me answer a couple questions.
Yeah.
One, do we want to rate anyone? Because Bastet has questions.
We can totally do that.
Bastet, yeah, if you have any recommendations for us. Lena, yes, exactly. I need hinges, and that's why I'm printing this one, in addition to having more space for stuff. Elias is not a pretty face. That's for sure.
I'm not a pretty face?
You're not just a pretty face.
Jesus, Chris. You're just destroying that.
And JCat would like us to get any muskrat. Patsy asked us if if we're streaming tomorrow. The answer is yes, but I haven't talked to Elias about what we are streaming.
No, we didn't even know today what we like. There's no game that we played today or anything. We had to tell this 2-hour story.
I'm in big doo-doo Jar Jar.
Yeah. Chris says that I only am a pretty face and that I'm not even a pretty face. That's all that I am.
I hope you know I'm just kidding.
We'll see. You're in deep doo-doo Jar Jar. In case you don't know what that is, that's watch Star Wars Episode 1, is it?
Show us all of your talents.
I'm trying to figure out how to make this work, and let's see if this works.
Also, Switch Simulator.
Let me just see if this. Okay, yeah. See, it does work on.
Oh,
Damn.
Megabytes is on. We should read Mega.
Okay, great.
That would be great. Mega's super great. Let's do that. Thanks, Bestet. And
Okay, let's listen to me. It's an hour. It's a minute 42.
okay, let's see it.
Okay, here we go. Hold on,
Computer?
let me turn this on.
Turn on SIM swap.
Hold on, let me do not disturb. You don't want the criminals to see anything. Okay, I think we're okay.
Ready?
Yeah. No?
Wow, the dog whistle sounds great. Oh, there we go.
Oh, over.
Wait, should I be?
There we go. Shh. Wait. Okay, so while we're here still, this song is important in the Zelda verse because this is actually the backwards version of one of the most popular Zelda songs, which is called Zelda's Lullaby. So Zelda's Lullaby, bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. That's Zelda's Lullaby. Then the Koji Kondo composer, the guy's name is Koji Kondo, he was like, what if we completely literally flipped that, like notationally flipped that? The song you just heard is what happened. So now to hear what the original sounds like, to show you what the reverse sounds like, listen. Now, as Missy Elliott once said, let's flip that, spin it, and reverse it. Sorry, you can hear that in the reversed version of what I played, like legit reversed. You can hear it goes bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum, which is the most popular Zelda song. It's literally called Zelda's Lullaby.
Bastet, it's not from the
No, this
the
is
mask
not the
game
mask one.
But this song is legit the song that you played, not the reversed one, is my favorite Zelda song out of all of them. And
Hi, Reddy and Dr. House and everyone. What happened at the end there? I didn't replay anything. That was literally me in Final Cut, just flipping it, like choosing the video, reversing it, and so the video reverses backwards, and in doing so reveals that sort of hidden Easter egg.
No, time reversed, right? Not the staff.
It is like finish it. No, the
wave
the
is
staff
like,
doesn't go this way. No.
The staff goes this.
The staff goes this way. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hey, Reddy, that sounds like a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's like playing an LP backwards and hearing Satan. Yeah.
Yes.
So if this is the music, it goes this way rather than this way. That's how they chose to do it. Which is such a clever and fun little Easter egg. You never need to know that. But it's like when Skyward Sword came out in 2011.
Because of how beautiful the song is. It's like...
Yeah, you would never think
the Ballad of the Goddess just sounds so... incredible on its own, and then you play it backwards and you're like, wait, this sounds familiar. Like, it's just such a
There's
cool
something
thing.
in music theory called 12-tone serialism, and 12-tone serialism is very simple to understand. Take the 12 notes that exist. A sharp, B sharp, C sharp, right?
Yeah.
Arrange them in any which way you want on a scale.
Like
on a
throw
staff.
shit at a wall.
Yeah, but they need to be one shit of each kind.
Okay.
All 12 are there.
Like every single thing on the Bristol scale. Throw
Right.
it at the wall.
Right.
Okay.
5, 3, 2, 1, 6.
Okay.
Then that's your what we call your prime.
Amazon.
Your retrograde
Yeah.
is
Mercury.
flip that. So
Okay.
whatever I said, start at the end, go to the beginning. Inverse retrograde is where you take it like the 23 saying, flip it this way, and then reverse intro retrograde is that way.
Okay.
And then you just connect them all in one row, and that's your matrix.
Okay, what I want to end this on is just to talk just a moment about how you record this and you play all of the different parts. Now, my dabbling in music is surface level, and you were talented from the beginning, and you continue to grow that. But what I'm always amazed by, and why I didn't like playing in like a band or an orchestra, is to play that like not melody part. Like I like playing the piano because it's sort of like you get all of it. You get the melody and you get the bass and you can do all of the stuff together. But you playing all of that and it all kind of fitting together, but you playing different parts, I'm always super impressed by.
Yeah, it's fun. It's very fun. I actually felt proud of myself today for there's this one section in that
And that you just
particular-
pick it up like yesterday and you're like, I'm going to do this.
Well, that song was today. I did it because I felt in particular there's just one part of that song that you just heard right now, which is a lot of quick moving notes. And I was looking at it on my iPad and I was like, oh shit, I have to like practice this. And I only practiced once and then it just came and I was like, okay.
I know. And you do
That was
that
kinda
all the
fun.
time, all the time. It's like it's ingrained in you where you were born with it. Ra is dealing with Prime Day. Oh my God, Vestat. We missed
my
all
God,
of Prime
we didn't
Day.
even consider anything on
Because
Prime
we had
Day.
all of this
oh my
craziness.
God.
Oh,
and Jay, thank you. Jay and Andy's mom said, found it on YouTube. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed it. Listen, at the time of that, there's some really cool stuff. I think I would have done things a little differently nowadays. I don't think it went as like viral as it could have gone because I think like, I don't know, it's not fun to look at. It's just me with still images. Nowadays, I think I would put more of an effort to like being in it and having fun little moments happen. But I was very proud of that. It took 12 minutes across 12 different parts of music spliced together as one person to sound like an orchestra is a whole lot.
That's what I'm saying. That is a lot.
You know, Chow, I could. I don't even, but the problem is I don't even know
I missed
where
the Steam
that is.
sale. What is the Steam? I missed the Steam sale. Listen, I missed everything because I didn't have a phone.
Abishi, if we had it in our house, like our floor plan is 1960s. And there's a couple of levels in the house. And I think if it was not the way it is, I would love a robot vacuum.
Oh, 6 to 10? No, I missed it. I
Yeah.
totally missed it.
Oh, fuck. I missed the Steam sale.
All right, well, we're going to raid Megabytes.
Yeah.
I don't know
cue
what
that up.
Megabytes is best at. Do you know what Megabytes is playing? And let's give a couple of options away. So here are the options. Bentley. This was me dealing with Verizon. Cheddar. Cheddar is me paddleboarding. Smorial. Happy little Smorial. This was me drinking the wine after everything was resolved. The first person who wins can pick, but the second person who wins, because I'm going to give two. Second person can only get the remainder.
And the winner for getting a part-time job at Verizon is. All right, ready?
Ready.
And the winner is...
Bastet! Congratulations!
Oh my God, Bastet. You can pick Bentley, Cheddar, or Oriole. Anything is available.
How many today? 2?
Yeah. But I want to just wait to see. I think Bastet won Bentley and Cheddar already.
Non-Bastet. Sorry. Non-Bastet.
Do you know what?
Do I know?
No. Smorial.
Smorial.
Okay. So that means because I have multiple Smorials, everything is still available for the second winner,
Oh,
too.
I see what you were doing. Okay, here we go. Second winner.
And the winner is...
Who is the second winner?
Shelly!
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Shelly. Fill out the form, ! Winner. Folks, over the crazy weekend, we did go to the P.O. Box, picked up Dr. House's stuff that emailed to us. Chow, we still didn't see anything at the P.O. Box, so check with Amazon so you don't get charged for something you didn't receive.
Also, Mochi is here for 9 months, excuse me.
Oh my God, Mochi, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mochi. Mochi, just to sum up the night, we spent over 14 hours dealing with a fraud situation on Tuesday, which is why we didn't stream on Tuesday. And it took us 2 hours to reshare that story. So there we go. You know? Did you try asking about the tracking number? Yes, definitely a double check. No,
I don't have,
because we don't have any tracking number.
Yeah, Chow, if you have the tracking number and you
yeah, that's a good idea. If you have that, message me on Discord and I'll double check that.
Wait, there was one other thing that I wanted to
Jen
say.
said we've had a glimpse of the future for 9 whole months. Yeah.
Wow. Mochi, I hope you had a great birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That sounded real
man.
real bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Happy birthday, Mochi. Yeah.
Wow.
That was
Send it
the
in
weirdest
Discord.
birthday.
Ciao, because
announcement
I don't
ever.
see the Twitch chat.
I got it, Chow.
If you don't know how to do it in message, wait. Oh, you sent it right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Ciao. We got it.
Okay.
All right.
I'll just take a picture
I'll
of
do
that.
it. I'll go tomorrow.
Elias had a flat tire, but that's for another day. So
No, I mean, there was nothing. This morning, Chris wakes me and he's like, your tire's flat. I'm like, okay. So then I went
we
to
have responsibilities. I deal with the finances. You deal with all the flat tires.
Yeah. So then I went, all I do is I look pretty and not pretty. And then I deal with flat tires.
Last thing, and I promise before we raid megabytes, is the reason why I said that we went to the P.O. box outside of getting Dr. House's boxes is we got new stamps. So once I finish the stamps from, and they were like, which stamps do you want? And I'm like, I don't know. The wildlife one looks good and the breast cancer one looks good.
Yeah.
And both of them benefit those causes. So,
Wildlife and breasts.
Breasty wildlife.
Heidi said, and I use the Kubota. Yeah.
And you use the
And
Kubota.
I chop the logs. That's what I do. Jen said flat tires are better than tires on fire. That's true too. And Patsy said, don't forget to get more shot alcohol.
That's
Kathy
right.
said, I got the Betty White stamps.
Yeah, the Betty White stamps are so cute. I love them, but I think I'm running out of them, and they don't make them I think I have to get them online if I want them.
All right, I'm going to start the raid on megabytes. And folks, thanks so much for being so supportive and understanding in amidst all this chaos and being so nice and kind and lovely.
And listening to our story.
We are so thankful for you all and this wonderful community that we've got going on here. you really make me feel comfortable and safe. So thank you, everyone. And we'll see you again tomorrow night. But hang tight because I'm going to start this raid and that will be ready in about 8 seconds. And then we'll get going and see you tomorrow. And that's
we'll figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah. Thanks so much for everything. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Airstreamers. Bye.
Bye, everyone.